go ahead.
Get away with it. They've been calling it.
African, yeah.
That's mad.
Guyana, yeah.
That's mad.
So he has some of that in him, but yeah, he's just on Tuesday.
So here the question: Are we rolling? Yeah.
Yeah, we live. We in live and direct.
Madonna say it.
Madonna.
Adonis.
Yeah.
Drake's kid. No, he looks too. No, he can't.
He's gonna get it.
He's man.
Okay. The real question is: can Logic say it?
I allow Logic.
Why would you allow Logic?
If you allow Logic, you have to allow.
You allow Adonis.
No.
100. Yeah.
Adonis is, bro. You can just be. What about albinos can't say?
Who said albinos can't?
Because you're saying Logic is too light skinned.
He said Logic can. So okay,
what about Logic? I didn't say anything about Logic.
I said Logic can say it.
Yeah, that's cool. But if Logic can say it, Adonis can.
But no, Logic and Adonis are different.
How?
Logic has a 100% black dad.
That's okay. Dave Smith.
Yeah. my boy.
Shut up. If Dave has a kid,
Smith.
If David has a kid,
and can the kid say it? Dave can't say it because his mom is black and he's half black. But can Dave's kid say it?
it's 25%, and that's okay.
How diluted do you have
dilute. That's concentrate.
Like, how diluted do you have to be before it's like,
that's
okay,
crazy.
that's the cutoff line now.
That's a good.
You can't say it anymore.
Like my cousin's kid is like Dave Smith, and I know that dude.
He's like, no.
You know what it is? Because I went to Belgium for my grandmother's 80th, and one of the uncles, he's married to like a white woman, but his kids, his genes didn't even try.
I hear that. His kids look white.
So they're actually half black, but they look white.
No, they're passing. They're allowed.
But it
Nah,
depends.
man, if they
like,
say to a black person,
how do they act though?
So they're only
Actually,
kids.
how do they?
No, they're only like they're like 2-3. They don't really care.
Oh, okay, fair.
There's a difference between the mixed races. Like if you have a black mama or if you have a black dad, there's a difference.
There's 100% difference.
I've heard that too.
100%.
Well, I don't know what the difference is.
I don't know which one.
There's like just the way they act.
Yeah, 100.
No, I think the one that's perceived as bad is the one with the white mom in it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, mom.
So what are we trying to say? Dave's good, yeah.
Dave's calm. Dave was a pass.
When I used to play ball, there was a mixed race kid that used to call me like you black bastard and all the N words, and I was like, bro, I used to work in a kitchen. There was a guy that used to work in a kitchen. Dad, full black Nigerian, mom half.
What?
Doesn't matter. I'll bait it out too much. I'll bait it out too much. I know this. And then the guy that I used to work with, half black, and he said to us, like, when we were working together, there was two of the black guys, and then him. He says, I hate working with something with you monkeys or something. He referred to us as monkeys. And he's half black.
Nah.
That was like,
that's mad.
That's what's going on.
Look, man, let him embrace his other side and be racist.
But the thing is, it's just like if you're 50% black, you're black. You don't look at them and say white.
Yeah.
Logic disagrees.
That's because we've got beef with Logic for some reason.
Yeah, Logic's a weird.
No, it is like you are
weird
counted
Donnie.
as black.
But Drake, but like Logic is as black as J. Cole and Drake.
Okay, wait. So, you know the way Cole Palmer's grandfather is black?
Yeah, he can say it. Cole Palmer cannot walk to Noni Madueke. I'm like, what's up, my nigga?
Could you imagine?
No way. There's no way.
Standing there,
Walk the street.
Bro.
I said, hey, we're both from the Caribbean. What's up, my niggas? Nah, man.
You know what, yeah?
What
Take my podcast as Max.
That's crazy.
Take my podcast as Max, because this is how we're starting podcasts these days.
No, but I hear it. Do you know what I was having? I was getting a haircut, and I was chatting to someone, and I realized that because the person who was cutting my hair was Congolese, and they were there saying, and I realized that the reason why Arsenal fan, like a lot of Congolese people are Arsenal fans and Chelsea fans, is because there was bare representation.
Yeah.
Bare representation.
Yeah, I've said this on one of the podcast of Fortune. Henry is literally my favorite player ever because when my dad supported Arsenal, and when you're like 7-8 years old, you're looking at the best player in the world resembles you. Bro, you're drawn to him.
You're drawn to him.
I'm a Chelsea fan because my uncle, to piss my dad off, was like, I'll give you money if you support Chelsea with me, and he used to take me to like
That's
games.
what we did to yourself.
Yeah, that's what he did too. And then he'll take me to games, take me to pubs, buy me food, and watch Chelsea. So there was good like memories then attached to Chelsea as I was growing up. But my dad was an Arsenal fan, so looking at Henry, I was just like, oh yeah, he looks like me. He plays the best. That's my favorite player of all time.
But I met some black, like I met a black dude whose favorite player was Liverpool, and I was like, "Who are you looking at?" His favorite team was Liverpool. And I was like, "Who are you looking at?"
How old is the kid?
No, the fact he's like our age.
Yeah, no,
he grew up watching Liverpool.
I know a few that people.
And I'm like, "Who are you?"
Fans, yeah.
What, you like Yossi Benayoun in them, man? It's
Yeah.
like, who are you looking at?
Who's your representation?
Who's your representation?
Because I think He wasn't even a star.
No, he wasn't a star.
He had the blonde hair.
You have to go far, like
with them
Ryan
stars.
Babel, like.
Yeah.
And even
Ryan
Ryan Babel's
yeah.
like he's from the Netherlands, like it's like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's like in general, that's why a representation is important for
100.
Like I know
100%.
we're talking off mic. Like I hate people that make pandery art, but for some people, it's good that they can see someone. I think
Yeah,
alluded
man.
to like Katya, her being on TV. For little black girls that didn't have that, now they're
100.
looking at Katya and like saying, "Oh, that's so cool.
That's
that
so sick.
She looks like me, and she's actually on TV." And it's like there's even a stigma. It's like she's not even like a light skinned black woman. She's like a dark
skin,
woman.
like, yeah,
And she's
yeah,
in
yeah.
that position,
I
so it's cool.
understand that, like, we need black podcasters as well, man. Growing up, man, I never saw a black podcaster.
This guy.
So now we're here. We're for the people, yeah? We're here.
Now they're looking at us.
Bro,
If we see more podcasters in 5 years, it's our fault.
bro, it's crazy.
Oh my god,
It's
I can
crazy.
talk about things on mics too.
You see, well, yeah, I wanted to start the podcast. First,
Before you start, can I get my bottle of water? I'm actually quite thirsty.
you can get grab it. You don't need to.
Bro, are you in class? Why are you asking permission?
Bro, before we start, I usually do not like come on podcasts. I'm not. If you've seen my socials, I'm not one to like share stuff to do political. But Congo playing in the semi-final was obviously we lost sad times.
Yeah.
my thing is over. Yeah, but what they did.
Bro, but you just got moved to. Like the whole matches are
Yeah,
getting
no, Haller
moved
was killing us. Haller was killing us.
Haller's
But-
killing us, and even what's his name, Frank Chiesi.
Yeah, no,
Bro,
they were good.
killing it.
But the point I wanted to make is like I respected and I admired their protest to start off the
Yeah,
game
100,
first and
100,
foremost.
yeah.
Like it was silent, but it was very telling, very
powerful.
loud. And now the image like it sticks out. Like I know I don't come on. We rarely ever come in here and try to be political or try to talk like I know about things, but it does affect my direct country, and there is a genocide going on in Congo. So that moment that they took, people sometimes mistake that, oh, you don't share this, you don't share that, means like, oh, you don't care. I'm well informed as much as I can be in stuff like Palestine. I'm in a group chat with a lot of Muslim people that inform me and tell me what they know and educate me, just as I'm obviously Congolese, so I am also aware of what's happening. I know I have my own personal reasons where I don't like share on the socials. I don't, not that everybody deals with it their own way, but my one is like I have my platform. Charge it. I know I said trade the back. Charge it is my platform, so I do acknowledge it, and I was really moved and touched by the protests and how they went about it. So yeah, free Congo, and there's a genocide going on in Congo. Just wanted to bring that up and say that before going. But
Yeah, I have to back you up on that as well.
Yeah.
I'm also Congolese if you don't.
This man. Oh my days. Oh my god.
What's called? So, 90s Baby had PK on
Let's talk about this.
a live stream. Yeah.
Humility.
And then I think it was Tom Mucci that was on the phone or whatever, like was calling into the pod or the live stream or whatever, and he said something like, what did he even say again?
He says
something like-
he says most of the people are scared of most of the world is scared of the devil. Humans are scared of Steve Jobs, and then it created a bit of like PK kind of said you were making a joke on Congo. I can see Fred looked a bit awkward. He laughed, but like you know when the room is laughing, but you laugh along with the room.
With
But
the
like,
room.
I can see he looked awkward.
Yeah.
Well, then Temi and VP were actually like proper laughing. So
Okay, now with the two Congolese man here, how does that make you guys feel? Like, is it one of those things where you're like, I get it, it's a joke, but is the joke got taken too far, or is it like, are you offended? Like, what on?
I like having a podcast because we can have nuance. I don't have to feel one set way, and I can express that I can feel this way, that way, that way, and this way. So it's not like I have to listen to 90s babies for 3-5 years. From what I listen to, and again, this is not to resolve accountability from anybody, and people make mistakes. From what I listen to, they most of the time don't have malicious intent towards anybody. They most of the time, if you speak so long for a living, which is what they do, you're gonna have faux pas and you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna say things that I don't agree with, and you do need to be corrected.
Yeah.
Despite me thinking it wasn't intentional, I still found it out of pocket. Let's say, because let's say when the end star situation was happening, I wouldn't be in a position that I can come here and do even a light joke about it. You being Nigerian, like so. In another way, I'm like, okay, they made it was a dumb joke. They shouldn't have laughed. They should have corrected Tom Uche and then and there. And because I can't come here and joke about what's happening in Palestine, I couldn't come here and joke about what's happening in NSAR, regardless of it being a light joke or not. I just couldn't. So I didn't appreciate the joke. It didn't particularly offend me. Let's say, like I didn't feel like, oh, I'm angry now. But I kind of looked at it. I was like, that was out of pocket. That's me personally. So like, obviously, I saw people pissed. But you yourself, Ron?
Yeah, like as well. I think joking. We can say there wasn't really any match attempt from the guys from 90s Baby.
Yeah.
you're in that room, laughter is contagious.
Yeah.
But again, it was like some things you do have to stand up for certain things. You do have to like, okay, this is where the line is, you know. So I felt like that was kind of breached. They crossed the line there. But again, like, but then where is the line for some people? For some people, the line is way further back than it is for others. So, but like, it is very delicate.
Yeah.
What we're seeing is that we're seeing so many, like, millions of people in a nation are being traumatized, are being killed, are being hurt, and then to make that as a joke, that isn't like, bro. Like, imagine I made a joke about somebody dying that you knew personally, or even you didn't. That's just not.
Like, if
you just don't do it. You just don't do it.
Whatever's happening in the world, if you make a joke about it, it's like especially like regardless
banter, but there's banter, and then there's like.
And you can go too far. Like the best analogy is like people spar, like fighting. And you're sparring, you just meant to touch each other. Like, and then you could actually hit someone too hard and be like, "Fuck." The intention was to spar, but I did hit you too hard. And that's kind of like with jokes, like, the intention was to have a laugh,
but you just go
but
over the line.
I went over the line, and we should acknowledge that too, even if there is no malicious intent.
My question is, does it change if it wasn't happening currently? If it's something that happened in the past and it's finished, does it change? Does it change the
make
joke?
joke about the Holocaust.
Yeah,
people make jokes about the famine.
Do they? I've never heard.
Really?
Like the Irish famine.
Yeah.
What joke have you heard about the famine?
Like,
Don't make the joke now.
But as in like, no, sorry, but like as in like
the premise of it.
Okay. You know, let even remove from famine. People make jokes about slavery all the time.
Okay, true. Yeah.
But so there's certain things, maybe like depends, because people, when you make a 9/11 joke, I mean, remember Izzy Adesanya at a press conference made a 9/11 joke and had to come back and apologize. So United's good. So I don't know how long something has to pass before, even if like the Holocaust is one thing that people don't make a joke about ever. The 9/11 is like people sometimes they don't make a joke about it. So I don't know if time will. It depends. I guess
People don't make jokes about the Holocaust for we know why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because no people make. There's so many 9/11 jokes. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we pick and choose what we feel like those people won't really. I don't really care if they're outraged.
But you being a Nigerian, when can someone make a joke about an incident like NSARS?
What's called? I don't think it's gonna be. It's never gonna be acceptable. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, someone might do something.
Of course, people can still make the joke, but then like there will never be a time that you think it's not acceptable. Yeah,
but also I'm the wrong person to ask. It's hard to offend me. Do you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like, I usually look at people as like, if I feel like you say something stupid, I feel like you're genuinely an idiot. You can't offend me. I'm not gonna be offended by anything.
I hear that.
Well,
so that's pretty much
I don't know. Again, I wouldn't know, because it's something like a genocide happening. I don't know if it's ever going to be a joking matter.
No.
And I get it with football banter. Like, we've all been in groups of football banter. People, like, you don't know how far you can take it, because you've been football banter and some people start bringing up people's girlfriends or relationships.
Yeah, it's just
like,
it's long.
It just goes.
It just goes. Yeah,
so far. So dude, they did their apology. They said they're not going to the flipping watch party and they're going to donate all the money to Congo.
They're not going to the watch party?
Yeah, that's what they just released a press statement there to say that they're supposed to host a watch party and get obviously a percentage of it. The percentage that they're getting, they're going to donate to Congo. So sometimes I'm like, with the 90s babies, it's actually been funny. Like, over the last 6 months, they've been getting cooked left, right, and center. One thing, one and another. If you're talking enough for a living, you'll make mistakes.
You'll make mistakes, 100%.
You see with these apologies, like, as the, not that you guys are the offended party, but as the party that is directly affected by it.
Yeah.
Do you look at it and be like, I don't really care about if you're donating your proceeds or...
there's some, not even apologies, or even, it's just statements. Like, I don't care if I see a text, a bunch of texts. Yeah. Like, we talked about this with the riots and everything. Their statements. I want to see what's your action. Okay, with 90s baby, okay, maybe their action is to not go, and their action is to donate. Okay, that's fair. But like a text, like, it's so
but you can't not put one out.
I know, but like, I know you can't put one out, but it's also just like, how do I know as an offended party? I'm not the most offended party again, but like, how would I know, like, this is...
It's genuine. Yeah, it's hard because you can just put up a text and then it's just like, we just have to do that because it's politically the right thing to do.
PR thing to do.
It's a PR take.
But the thing is, even if I am genuine, like, there's going to be a bunch of people that are actually offended.
Oh, 100.
That would... They would say I'm not being genuine.
Yeah.
So it's like, at that situation, like, you can't not put out one, but if you do put out one, it's just going to be looked as disingenuous. It's like, so what's that? Also, just real quick, me asking if the time has passed makes it any better. Isn't that I'm not excusing the fact that the joke was out of pocket or whatever. But like, anyways, go ahead.
No, I'm good.
Like with the statements. Yeah, I usually read it because I remember the time of the list coming out, and people were putting out statements. What are you?
No, you good, yeah.
I don't know why they laugh. Then,
I don't know. Out of pocket.
People were putting out statements, and a lot of people was like it's like, what's your purpose of doing this? To clear your name? Are you genuinely sorry? Because a lot of people were like, they put out statements. I'm like, bro, nobody cared. But to your point, you feel like you have to say something. I have to address this. If my name is attached to this negative press, I cannot not say anything. Say if Charger were in some mud, we might have to come here and be like,
open the notes app.
Open the notes app, yeah, man.
Create a nice font today.
Create a font.
but
what's good? I wanted to talk. Okay, please tell me if I'm being toxic here, right?
Yes. I love it. Let's go.
Yes, he is.
we were being great examples of men with mics.
No, we weren't. We started this off by just talking, saying niggas.
Nobody will care about that part.
No. Care about this one here. This is the clip.
Okay. I don't know if it's me or if it's toxic masculinity.
Right.
There's been a couple things this week that I've been seeing on especially Twitter that's got me a little bothered. You get what I'm saying?
Twitter's a mad app, bro.
I'm the furthest thing from Mr. Tate. However, first thing I saw was some guy tweeted, "Can we normalize men getting their eyelashes done?" Okay. I have two things on this. Number one, if you want to do that, by all means do it. Why is it going to be normalized?
So that way I don't have to feel like a weirdo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's I'm doing it with people.
If you're gonna do it with your chest, or don't do it at all.
Come on,
Savage Dan. I'll do it if you man do it.
Yeah, if you do it, you man do it. Yeah. So do it, you man do it.
I want to feel okay doing this if you man do it.
No, man, send us back to work. It's gone there. Send us back.
Have you got a pedicure? Have you got a pedicure done before? Like,
but like, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, which is interesting.
And also, the thing is, I'm not going on the timeline saying, "Can we normalize this?"
Normalize it, yeah.
But would you go to war?
Would I go to wait for who?
For what? For who? What
would you like you said? Send us back to war.
Great answer to that.
Would you go to war?
For Ireland?
Not for Ireland. I'm not.
For this country, no way.
No way. As a citizen.
Actually, no. I'm not going to war.
No. As a citizen, you have to go to war.
For what?
I have to. Take me to jail.
World War IV, World War III is happening.
Take me to jail.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali stuff.
But you're not Muhammad Ali, bro.
I can be. If I don't go to war,
that's not in Black History Month as well.
Well, like, are we going to war?
No, bro.
I would rather sit in prison than fight for this country.
100%.
Prison is too cozy compared to war.
100%.
You have a bed,
100%.
you have food, you have a gym.
They've got phone, don't they?
You come out whammed.
Bro, do you know how pissed off I'd be if after I finish almost lay my life down and I get called a nigger by lieutenant?
Yeah, that's mad. Where did this question stimulate from?
Because he said, like, I'm not going to go to war.
Right.
As a man, like, I just want to see, like, because we're coming from a very privileged era.
100%.
Right now. Yeah. But, like, imagine if we had to.
No,
imagine if there was conscription.
I will go to jail.
People always adapt to their environment.
Yeah, exactly. You're completely correct. Men
that had to be warriors.
Yeah. They did. They just had to be
warriors.
Yeah.
Men that had to go to war went to war.
Men that
had
podcast
to stay in nice cozy offices
and podcasts.
So that's cozy offices and looking teams.
Yes.
So like if we lived in a time where war was necessary, I'm sure we would have to do.
Okay. Say there's a. I'm not gonna name a country or whatever. Let's say just a bad country, right? They're going against the rest of the world. And the guys are like, okay, you can go, you can conscribe, you can. So how do you say conscribe?
Register.
You can register.
Yeah, register.
But you also don't have to. But your country's getting beat up. Like, your use are losing.
When you say which country?
Which country?
Well, okay, let's say it's allies on the Axis. So there's two sides.
Okay, but
are you going to war? Are you going to war? Even like they're saying you don't have to go to war.
Flat out.
You don't have to go to war. But
flat out.
Okay.
Flat out.
Question, yeah.
Yeah.
If Ireland won one side and Congo won the other side, which side do you fighting for?
Bro, I'm not saying this on the internet.
I'm fighting for Congo, man. I'm fighting for Congo, man. Because
I hear but I hear what you're
Congolese people
saying.
have never made me feel less Congolese.
Less than Congolese.
So far,
yes.
my experience.
Yeah.
But Irish people have definitely made me feel like less.
Yeah.
but
wait, actually, let's talk about that. Congolese people have made you feel
Never. They've
Never.
I've
They've
been
never
around
made
Congolese
them
people
feel
and
less
less
Congolese.
Congolese.
Yeah.
Even if, because I've never been back to Congo.
Okay.
Like, if I probably go back to Congo, they probably look at me as the Irish guy.
the Irish-
Yes,
Yeah.
if you walk
But-
down the street right now,
Yeah.
no one's thinking that you're Irish.
Exactly.
You
If
know.
if I go to a church on a Sunday, if I walk into an African room or a Congolese room, and Congolese people, nobody's gonna look at me differently. They'll
Yeah,
say,
100%.
he's one of us. So I will fight for the people that have identified with me and for me for all of my
When's
life.
the last time we were in Congo though?
Last time when I left, 7, 8 years
Go
old.
back.
But
This
just
guy, because he wants to bring up that he buys. He wants to bring up.
I'm just gonna say.
Oh, man.
Not.
When you go there,
Yeah, you will feel it.
Okay.
You will feel
yeah,
it.
but I haven't yet. So maybe when I go back, I'll be like, rah, maybe I'm European. You know?
I also feel like you don't feel it like that as well right now because you speak Lingala.
Yeah,
If you didn't, you'd
yeah.
feel it a bit more.
Okay.
Because when like all
Yeah,
the kind of
that's
shit
true.
like that.
If I walk into a room full of Congolese people, if they're speaking Lingala, French, or English, I don't feel like I'm an outsider.
Yeah,
I feel fully a part. I would understand everything that's happening.
Because I've seen it with Yorubas especially that
100%,
don't understand it. Because like for me, I understand it, so like I can't banter with you back because I don't speak it anymore. But because I understand it, I'm still kind of in there. Whereas when I've seen people that don't understand Yoruba, when they're talking to like aunties and uncles and stuff like that, they're always like, how do you not understand this and that? And start making the whole thing. So
I'd be lost, especially because even I'm mixed. So I like literally growing up, like my mom's Kenyan.
What's your mix?
Mom's Kenyan, that's Nigerian. So it was like that's the East and West. It was mad. So they met here,
okay.
and so like growing up, even when I went to other churches and other spaces, because I didn't actually speak Yoruba and I didn't know, but I knew some Pidgin, but I didn't speak Yoruba and other things like that, or I knew some parts of culture. I just wasn't accustomed to it, so I felt off. But then when I went into another part, even Kenya, because there were certain things that I didn't know there, and I didn't speak Swahili or Luo, I was also felt off. So you're kind of just like you're having to try and navigate within different
That's gonna
rooms.
be like my
like
kid's
this
future.
place-
It will,
I
bro.
literally just said
100.
there's two different sides.
Two different sides, bro.
languages.
But unless you have the intentionality to make them both speak both languages and raise both sides and raise them well,
Like,
but
I hear you're more accustomed to your mother's
Yeah.
culture.
They say, yeah,
because
mostly.
your mom
But the thing is like for me, the reason why I can understand but I don't speak is because my mom would speak to me in Yoruba.
Yeah,
but I would
yeah.
reply in English.
Reply in
If she
English.
made me reply in Yoruba, I would have to speak Yoruba.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So with your kid, if you speak to him in Lingala and you make him reply to you in Lingala,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to like he has no choice but to understand it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I also had the advantage of being, I was still in a Congolese church every Sunday for like 20 years. So I was always in a Congolese environment, like, whereas my kid might not have that, because even the church we go to, it's like obviously Nigerian pastor, but it's English, because obviously you guys have different tribes. Whereas like, if there's Igbo people in church and they're preaching in Yoruba, it's gonna alienate type. Whereas in a Congolese church, we like all speak Lingala and French. Like everybody, at least understands Lingala and French.
But I think it's just that's just then down to you to put your kid in situations where he's surrounded by the culture.
Yeah.
So like, because if you don't do that, then you can't just be like, oh, he just has nowhere to learn.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like we are unfortunately in a place where you're not going to learn it in school. There's no way you're going to learn it outside of your parents or like church or something like that. So it has to be, you have to be extra intentional about that shit.
Yeah.
And now the other thing, fam, why am I them on the timeline moving like they want to suck Drake's dick? Like
We just want to
bro,
see.
no, like
Can I
there's,
ask a question? Have you seen it?
Of course.
Have you seen it?
yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
Nah, niggas like run acting like too cool, like to see Drake's dick.
Bro,
That's
no,
look at the
bro,
thing, man.
I didn't, bro. People are
But why are people reposting it?
People are looking for this.
Why are people
didn't
reposting
repost
it?
I didn't repost it. That's
No, I didn't
mad.
repost it.
thing
That's
is-
mad. I've seen people proper repost it. I'm
Like,
like, this is mental.
The thing is, yeah, seeing it and tweeting and commenting on it is that's fine. Like it's at the end of the day, we live in a country, we live in a society where celebrity news and celebrity shit will always pop. And
Will always pop, yeah.
And the thing is, when something is happening on timeline and everybody's talking about it, that's the best banter. So people want to get involved in that. Do you get what I'm saying? People like Jordan and Dave Smith. Dave Smith took it too far.
They took it too far. They took it too far.
But Dave always has to go to that place.
Yeah.
He always has to go
Man,
there.
Dave loves some homoerotic banter.
Bro, oh my days.
But I think they got validation as well from a fellow light skin man.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That's what I saw. The light skinned people came out. They came
They're
out.
like, what? Yo, what?
Oh
My days.
I don't believe it.
Someone
Has he claimed it though?
What?
Has he claimed it?
people did that Photoshop where it says I wasn't like hiding my meat from the world. I was hiding my. But I went to look at the story. I wasn't on the story, so I don't think you've claimed it.
So someone said that's the reason why Dave moved to Canada.
I saw that.
But no, so I saw one guy tweeted like, obviously Drake's the GOAT. Why would he like? I expected him to have a big.
I saw that.
What?
He was like, obviously Drake is the GOAT. Like I expected.
He expect him to have a whopper.
It's just like, see now it just goes back. It just goes back to my point of there's niggas out there that are only attracted to women, and but they love men.
Yeah.
Bro, why?
But years ago, when Chris Brown's one dropped, did we not go look for Chris Brown's one?
Chris Brown dropped?
Bro, there's people.
People don't pretend they didn't see Chris Brown. Wait.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait a minute. Let's VAR this. How did we know? How do you know about this and we don't?
Wait, how old are you?
What?
How old are you?
I'm 24.
See.
He's a Chris Brown fan.
I'm a Chris Brown fan.
You're 7 years younger than me. When it probably dropped, I was 15. You were 8.
I get
it. When it dropped, I was like 15. You were 8.
But it would still be a thing of that we all knew at a point that either it leaked.
But things you're not looking for it. So how?
No, yeah, I hear that. Yeah. But it's Chris Brown.
Yeah, but no. But the thing is,
it was like 09. How old were you in 09?
I was 10.
Where are you gonna find it?
No.
But the thing is, I could say the same thing to you on the other side of like Megan Good's nudes were leaked. Do you remember that?
Who? No.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Megan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Megan.
Shout out to Megan. You know High School Musical?
Of course, brother. Okay. Oh, of course. Bro, I was in primary school when that thing was peak.
I think that was
it was cold.
Who we're talking about?
Vanessa Hudgens.
That was like the first one.
Did you see her nudes leak? Did you see it?
Who? No, I didn't.
See, you missed out on the era of leak.
I didn't. So she was innocent in my. I couldn't see that.
That innocence went.
Yeah, it's wet. It's wet. Long time. One time. Yeah, gone. This is crazy.
This episode's gonna be like 3 hours long.
Yeah, this episode's gonna be mad.
Yeah, that's the things I want to talk about as well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, what's called like the thing is like begging for the link is crazy.
No, that's crazy.
Crazy. Like if it comes across your timeline and you found it, that's fine. Like
you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing.
Like we're not gonna be.
That's Twitter in general, though.
Bro,
Twitter is like
begging for links.
Can I ask a question?
Ask a question.
Okay, I'm just trying to get my head around it. So, how does it leak? Like he's not in action. He's not in action, right?
I think he leaked it because if that was me, I would leak that.
Okay.
You would don't go like as soon as you get, you're like first. You're like first. Yeah, that's it. Like,
I don't need graphic like description. Like what was he doing?
He was in his bed, lying down, pointing at the mirror, jacking off. What?
Yeah. Bro, it's mad.
It's a body piece. It's anatomy. It's added science. It's added science. It's a piece of a human body. It doesn't. What's it gonna do?
No. There's nothing wrong about the male anatomy. But
no, that's why he was doing.
I hear you. I would also love to know like the process. How does something like that get leaked? I get what you're saying.
You see that mirror, yeah?
Yeah.
Say if that mirror is across from you. He's in bed, filming himself, lying down.
Okay, Jordan, yes, bro. He asked the question. How did it get to the timeline, bro?
He while he was doing.
Oh.
Yeah. How did it get out? I don't know.
No, okay, but like that's something you would do.
No. So I'm saying,
wait,
if I was blessed like that and I was that, I would let everybody know.
But why would you? What you film?
Wait. So wait. So none of you have sent a dick pic before. Is that what you're trying to say?
Niggas be fronting his camera.
Bro.
That was no video.
This is your fault.
You're the one who brought this. It's your toxic chick.
We were having a grown-up conversation.
No, we were talking about who can say nigga.
It's a go, bro. It's an important question.
The first thing Dongo at me says, we're talking about this on podcast this week. I say, yeah, we are. We will be there.
We will be there no matter what. No matter what.
I bring all of that to just say, yo, are men going to be men again?
I hear.
Brother, when you watch porn, you don't see dick.
It's not about
talking about it.
It's not about talking about it.
Okay.
It's about coming on the timeline saying that, oh yeah, I expected Drake's beat to be massive.
No, those are crazy.
It's about niggas begging for the link like is a link.
It's been mad. Yeah.
And it's also about telling us that we should normalize doing eyelashes. If you want to go get your eyelashes done, it's fine. Go do it. Don't tell me to normalize it, bro.
Maybe we do need to go to war. Maybe we do need to go to war.
Send these niggas to go build.
Build help to something, bro.
Life is too cozy. Niggas, we ain't
too
gonna do that anymore. So
well, too comfortable, bro.
Man, go liberate some bricks or something.
Oh, we were outside last week.
Yes, we were.
But let me talk. Like last weekend was the
I
first.
didn't think actually. Yeah, you boys went R&B, didn't you know?
Yeah.
I didn't think you boys were R&B.
That's the essay we're talking about.
I'm a lover boy, man.
I didn't. Okay, yeah, you. I thought you came across me as a drill guy.
Yeah, I'm not an R&B.
You're not an R&B guy.
My wife loves R&B. Like,
Yeah,
Usher's,
okay,
Usher's
cool.
her first crush or whatever. Do you know them? Cool.
You know who's the worst? Next time, don't sell Beckley to me. My guy doesn't know anything.
You don't know nothing. He doesn't. Nah.
When Chucky said, "Yo, if you're not an R&B head and if you don't like R&B, leave," he should have left.
He should have left, bro. Man,
Because last week it was also like my missus' birthday. I was outside for the weekend for the first time in 3-4 months. Basically, went out on the Friday night.
Who minds?
The grandparents. They
lovely.
rotated. When we went out for dinner, my mom looked after the kid.
Sick.
And we came back, and then when we went to R&B, my mother-in-law. The mistake I made is next time I'm outside with Timmy, I have to make sure that I don't have anybody to look after the next day. Like, he has to stay.
Stay where he is.
Up until because we came back and obviously they were like, oh yeah,
They're like, here's child.
so they're looking after a kid, and it was obviously like happy birthday to Sammy because it was like her birthday as well. And
Cool.
first time, like I've celebrated birthday with her since she was like 23 or whatever. Now she's like this was her 31st. First time birthday I've actually seen her be like great, like she's grateful, like she's just happy where she is in life. And I've never, especially like women with her age, they was looking at, I don't have this year, I don't have a kid, I'm not married. This year she was just like,
You ticked all that shit off.
Yeah,
bro.
So I was like, shout out, because sometimes we always chasing something. It's like that analogy. We're always chasing something, and sometimes we look at like, oh, we're still working 9 to 5, or I'm not doing what I want to do, so we're not always grateful. So to see another adult actually just be like, I'm a really happy place in my life. I have my house, I have my family. Like it's like yeah. We always look at like, nah, I need more money. I'm still working 9 to 5. I'm still working for the white man, and then that kind of gave me perspective as well. To kind of when she said it, I'm like, no, that's kind of cool that what you have is actually satisfactory. Because for the rest of us, we're still like, this content thing gotta pop.
Yeah.
I can't be going in 9 to 5. I can't believe this is another year. Trust me, I will always moan. I'm not saying I will always complain, but at the same time, I do recognize also, yo. Life is pretty cool. So I just that part was like that was Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday.
Sunday was it? Yeah.
Sunday was then.
It ruined their week.
What?
I feel like it ruined their week.
It threw me off, didn't it? The bank holiday. Yeah, the Monday threw me off.
Those are bank holidays in general.
Yeah, I was like,
this one more. I was just I didn't know where I was.
Yeah, what did you guys think of the event? Anyways, R&B.
First of all, Chucky's a cold DJ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I've heard he's sick.
He's so sick from transitions to.
Deji kept telling me, DJs in Ireland, listen to this.
Some people take notes. Because how is he getting the crowd hype on R&B and you can't get the crowd hype on Afrobeats?
Hey,
like, look,
who you put the name on the
I'm not asking anybody.
It's 2024.
Irish DJs, yeah.
like it's just one of those situations where like I feel like mine just came to show levels. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and my brother said he's so happy that Chucky's in the shit DJ. Because some people like their brand is just big.
So they'll just he actually
they have their clout. Yeah,
like I want to say like genuinely like I haven't had a night that good in God knows how long.
Class.
I said it to you. I said you look like you were genuinely having a good time. Like I was like,
sure did.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, do you know? Because sometimes you're out, you're just kind of like trying to enjoy the vibes. I was like, no, did you actually look like you were having a good time?
And I wasn't drunk. That's like
You weren't.
I wasn't drunk. No, because
Did you find the babes?
What you
I
said?
wasn't out for that.
Bro, I said, did you find the babes?
It wasn't that kind of night.
Bro, bro, but that's like the bro of all places. An R&B, if you're a lover boy, an R&B slow jams place.
Well, he was out with the boys.
Look, I told you. I'm working on myself, and I was out with the boys.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I hear.
Because another thing, people like I couldn't walk 3 steps, and then like I'll see, everybody would ask me like, "Where's your wife?" I walk 3 steps. I'll see Fiona. Okay. Where's your wife? I'll see Zeta. Where's your
because we're never in the same room as your wife. Yeah, I know, but for like obviously because I know who she is and I've known her before. But people that just know you through the podcast or have just met you kind of situation, or they've always known about you, but they've never actually seen you interact with your wife apart from one episode of Charge It or 2 episodes of Charge It. I'm gonna be like, yo. Where's your wife?
I was even 2-stepping with my hands like this, just 2-stepping. Did you do that? Yeah? Jen looks at me and says, with your hands up trying to beat all allegations, yeah? Nobody's catching me today.
I hear.
Genuinely, like you, obviously, I was driving in because it was for Simi's birthday, so I was like, if you want to drink, you're the one that drink.
Yeah.
I genuinely had a good time. R&B isn't like my favorite genre, but I know a bit. It's
not.
Like I know a bit through osmosis, like through being with Simi for so long.
Why did you have to use that word?
Wait, what did you
That's
say?
such a wow.
Osmosis. Wow.
He's observing it.
You caught me.
Yeah. Hide.
I do science.
It's a science word, yeah.
I hear it. That's cool.
So just on that, like even walking around the back, I was complaining about like when you walk to the back of the room, people were burned. Like if you just put them in a room, they'll be smashing. Some of them were like lip sync. I was like, this is
that's what the music does, bro. That's what that music does, bro.
Yes, don't care now. Like,
the thing is, like, I don't feel like it was just the music. Like, it was the whole, like, the music was.
Where was it held,
What's the whole?
Nice,
good vibe. Like everybody was on the same vibe. People were singing. People were, like,
you're right. That's the thing. For I'm not gonna say every Irish event is like this, but there's some Irish events. The music is good. DJ's doing well, but people aren't doing nothing. People are just standing.
Oh, bro!
I think
so annoying.
That's
so annoying.
Like, if we're going to an event and there's a good and there's good musical vibe, let's let Lewis be free. Enjoy the time. Don't have these agendas. Oh, I must look cool all the time. But this one here was just like, it felt like we're at an event.
To have a good time
abroad,
but it was,
and we're having a good time.
Was it because there was a bunch of UK people in the building?
That's what I was always going to ask. Was it more UK people in the building? It looked like it to me.
West dropped an album.
I was saying, I've seen. There's like people like
one thing, and Tommy said it on Twitter as well. Kanye West dropped. Well, he didn't say this part. Kanye West dropped an album called Vultures, and these men out there were like vultures.
Yeah, they're on job. They came ready.
I'm in the queue and for the what's it? Where you get your coat? I forgot that. Cloakroom, right. At the end, the vultures are coming out. A man literally just looked at. He found one, babes, and he just says, "How much is your price?"
Hey.
You know what?
Bright price, cheese sauce, bro. Cheese sauce, crazy.
I'm going to assume it's bright price.
Bright price. I said bright price as well. Bright price. I assume crazy.
Let's assume that.
Let's assume that.
The best.
The lines that came out did not say that.
Wild.
But no, it was genuinely like, again, I'm like you. I don't really go to many events like in Ireland, anyways. But that time I was like, oh, this is actually it was actually a good time, and even. Except for Becky looked a bit lost. Forget that guy.
Even big songs, I'm like, you should know this.
And then when he didn't know it,
I love Becky, man.
I was like, oh, that's okay, man.
No, they need more of it. Because I was looking at the events conceptually, it's really simple. You have a DJ.
Literally so
Taser
so easy
really
to do.
Anything.
No, I was gonna ask.
I wanted to ask a question.
I was like, what does he do?
No, but he obviously because
the MC.
He runs events.
Okay.
He has faded in the UK and he's done these events. So and Chuck is a DJ. So it's like, for example, it's like Deji and DJT.
Yes.
Let's do events together. Because Deji would run events, for example.
Yes. So GB, your brother. Is he like your brother then?
Yeah, with a podcast. Yeah, literally. Fade,
with a podcast.
Yeah, obviously 3 shots.
Yeah, 2 shots.
Which is where he has the brand to get people outside. 3 shots, obviously, they sold at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah, well, mad.
That's insane. You don't have to do anything on the night, man.
Bro, because I thought he was gonna like MC, talk a bit.
But when he had his time went she show.
Yeah, so no, I was like, conceptually, it's really easy. When I ask you guys, say if GB and T say, oh, R&B night, do you think we can get 550 people in the room like that?
No.
Why?
First of all,
it's the same thing.
First of all, UK tax. Your wife is not part of the problem, but like she won't come out unless it's your wife has been to what
DLT and so
most English events. If she sees DJT
and GB,
whatever
R&B night.
It doesn't appeal to her, yeah.
She's not coming out. So there's a bunch of that. And then there's also the fact that like all I kept hearing consistently from a lot of women is it's just so nice to have new faces around. And men.
I saw a story, someone was telling their friend, there's so many fine boys here. I was like, hey. I don't want to I was like, okay.
Boys, what happened, boys?
But the thing is genuinely that's great because like it's kind of like it gives people more incentive to go out.
100%.
Because like most people is like, I'm just gonna see the same faces.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same thing.
And that's the Irish scene, to be honest. That is the scene.
So
that's the
like,
space.
Because I was looking at it, I think I was saying it to Jordan, and I said, Dej, conceptually, this is so straightforward. It's a DJ and an event manager just playing an R&B playlist.
Literally. It's very quite cheap and very
doable. So easy to run, but I'm like, even me, not gonna lie, if it was like GB feud X whatever DJ, I'm like, Dej. It's not 2 a.m. till 2 a.m. though.
You know what happened? Like,
that's Dej.
I hear.
Stop asking me about Jordan. Stop asking, is Jordan coming? You know he's not.
One day though, I'll be there. When Fix can stay at his grandparents' house, I'm not outside.
No, you won't.
You won't.
Look, if like I don't even think they said goodbye before I stopped saying Jordan.
He did not. He left.
Yeah.
He did an Irish goodbye.
I was like, oh yeah. My missus was like, I'm getting my jacket. I was like, all right. Jesus to you. It was fun time. Like, what did you think of it, Ron?
What did I think of it? I thought the music, I thought the vibe was great. What annoyed me was just the man were just like walking from one end of the room to the other end of the room every 30 seconds, and I was like, you can't enjoy your time. You move to the back to try and get a good, find a nice little spot. Good, and then you want to go out and whatever. Then you come back, you're at the front by the door.
So too many people. The venue was too small.
Too small, but also it was just like, too small. But I also felt like a lot of the man down, they weren't there for the music. They were there. They were there.
They were just scouring.
They were scouting.
They came to scout.
Was all like the people dancing was majority just women? Like actually vibing out.
Everybody was vibing out.
Everyone was vibing out.
Everybody was vibing out.
But it was just men. Yeah, okay. Too many men. Oh, what a track.
Yeah, no. But it was good. More events like that. I hope they come back and maybe get a bigger venue.
But actually, is there event fatigue right now?
What you mean?
Do you know, like we said, we're not going to go to something unless it's somebody from the UK, a big bait name or whatever. But like if the likes of somebody homegrown does an event, it's a lot harder to sell that out.
I will go to the things I enjoy, and the people I genuinely support. Like any podcast show that's coming, especially G2G, If I Speak, Where's Your Head At, if you guys do one. I like podcasts and I support podcasters. First and foremost, I'm a podcaster. I will always try. I think I've gone to everybody's podcast. Should have done one so far, except for Goodies, obviously. Seems Giving Bird. If Travis and else do fun, I will go. Things I genuinely enjoy.
I want to see you at that.
Yeah. Things I genuinely enjoy, I will still go to. But there's certain things where I'm just there because to be there, kind of way.
Just invited.
I was just invited, or they say, you're on the guest list, and I'm like, and they're like, we have to show face. But I really wouldn't want. I don't really want to go.
Showing face.
Yeah, bro.
Why? If I have to show face, it doesn't mean I'm there genuinely. I don't really want to be there. Like, I will support, I will buy a ticket or something. So, like, there's been a few events, few people have shown their headliners, their gigs, and I've bought a ticket and I haven't gone to it.
Or he's been given a ticket and he's been like, Dan, you go scout. And then he'll come back and report. And I'll be like, "Well, it was good." He was like, "What did we learn?" It's like, "Yeah, it was all right." And then that's it. And he's like, "Was it worth me going out?" It's like, "Nah." So he used to send me out, and I'd be like, "All right, cool."
What's your take on event fatigue or just going to events? Because you enjoy that one, but then you said, yeah.
I don't think event fatigue is a thing. I think it's. I find it beautiful that now it's a place where if someone's calling me like, "What's happening?" I can go, "Oh, this happening this day. This happening 2 days after. This happening a week after. This happening here." Like. There's so like the market is, as much as we say Ireland is small, the market is still big. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what's called R&B? There's people I've never seen before. Licensed Party, New Year's. And there was a lot of faces I've seen before, but then there was some faces I've never seen before. Like every where you go, even at my brother's paint and sip last night, I have never seen half of these people before. Like kind of a situation. It's like every time you go to a different kind of space, there's always going to be different crowds.
True.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like now, like what's called Irene called and was like, "Oh, Deji, like come to the island, like what on?" And I could be like, "Oh, there's this happening on this day, this happening on this day, this happening on this day."
Well.
So it can't be fatigued. Like nobody's going to go to everything.
Yeah, except for dams.
Shout dams outside. Every Jameson team, everything, bro.
My podcast. Your boys are on the
go
couch
check us out
with Dams and
Sarah. Don't Get Me Mad podcast.
Hilarious episode.
Right, introduce the pod, do this man's quiz, and then we can get on to other things.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it.
It's his quiz, yeah. Okay, you don't.
I only have 5 questions.
Yeah, sorry, it's me.
Anyways,
okay.
No.
There's no helping.
What?
Can I?
No. Anyways, we are here.
Cool.
We are charged.
Bang.
This is the podcast with the highest level of analysis culture needs. I'm Daddy J, but you must call me Jordan. I'm here with.
That's your girl's favorite voice, Big Deji nigga with the mightiest touch.
Who go here today?
Dog voice is sick. Yeah, I'm Dan from Bar for Bar.
We'll get into Bar for Bar and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, I'm Ron from Bar for Bar.
We know you've been. Ron's a regular. Ron's like
Come on.
third or fourth member now. If you don't know, Dad, we always do a quiz.
Yes, sir.
5 questions each.
I'm a big fan. I know. I see him.
Okay, 2 lifelines. For my questions, if you don't know, you can ask Dij.
Yes.
For Dij questions, if you don't know, you can ask me.
Yes.
Ron, don't look at him. Look directly in that direction.
Cool.
Don't give it away. So, who do you want to go first?
No noises as well.
Huh?
No noises. No.
Yeah. Who do you want to go first?
I'll go with that first.
Go
All right, cool. What's called right now at top leaderboard is what Fiona with 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Yeah.
What's called under hers?
Fiona again with 8 out of 10.
Twice?
You know against Dongo.
No.
I started fresh from the Dongo episode.
No.
From the
We don't count the Dongo.
Then
because that
it'll
was
be
head to
Jen
head.
with 7.
Then it'll be Jen with 7.
Okay.
So
Alright.
you could go first, second, third.
Come on.
What's called? Who were the last 2 African players of the year?
Mo Salah was one. And
I can help you out with this one.
Mo Salah.
Don't look at him.
I'm trying to think. Who else would it be? Okay, yeah, actually, Jordan, go with
Victor Osimhen.
Oh snap! Yes. Okay. Yeah. Them two.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You're wrong.
What?
Osimhen and Sadio Mane, actually.
Oh, man, he won it last time.
was in Saudi Arabia.
I thought Salah was a good guess, though.
Yeah.
I know for a fact Victor Osimhen
It was
won it.
Osimhen and
I
then
know for a fact it was Osimhen.
Mane won.
That is
Mane won
mad.
it twice. Anyways, what's called? Who was the first African American woman to win an Academy Award for Best Actress?
Ron, don't look at it.
No, he's not looking at me. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember. Ooh, what's her name? Oh, best actress. Viola. No. Was it Viola Davis?
No, wrong. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
What's it called?
I knew that as well.
The black poet. Which black poet wrote the poem "Still I Rise"?
Oh.
This is heavy
Black
on
history.
Black History, man.
See
I
what you
told
did?
you, my quiz is very good today.
Right.
Actually, he's too young for this, bro.
It doesn't matter.
No, you learned this shit in school.
We did Fortune dirty. I didn't know Fortune was.
No, they don't. I don't think they'd be learning that in school.
No, answer the question still. It doesn't matter.
What's called? Give the answer.
This is peak. I'm blanked.
Angelou.
Blanked.
Maya Angelou.
Great.
Yeah, what's called? Name 3 of the Manchester United main sponsors, like their title sponsors on the logo.
Right now.
Just give me 3 from the past. Just give me 3.
Oh,
Just give me 3.
you have Chevrolet, you've AIG, and you have Nike. Oh, are you talking? Wait,
Shirt sponsor, bro.
shirt sponsor? Oh, okay. So yeah, Chevrolet, AIG, and
You say you know ball.
you know, bro. I'm trying to think of one
Oh
more.
my god.
And
Is this ever or just?
Ever.
yeah,
Oh,
ever.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ever. It's ever. Yeah.
Oh, that's easy. Then.
Yeah. I'm trying to think one more. It's like
Oh,
Vodafone.
yeah.
All right, and what's called? Which Nigerian player has the most caps for Nigeria?
This is the last one.
Yeah, this is my last one.
Why is it not Kenyan?
He's half Nigerian. I know
Half
so.
Nigerian, bro.
We're in the final today, baby.
They're in the final today, my boys.
If you've been watching AFCON, they've said it a couple of times.
Yeah, they have.
No.
Lost. Who's it?
Ahmed Musa.
Ahmed Musa here. I saw
you
that.
go.
Actually, I saw that as well.
You go.
I got one out.
What?
Well, we got one, bro.
Not even 2.
No, one. So it's gonna be. So listen, 6 is the best. 6 is the best. Jordan, let's go. 6 is the best. 6 is the best.
Wait, pause.
What?
Wait, pause. Did you even use the phone a friend?
He did.
I
told
did.
him Victor
Jordan.
Osimhen. I was
Victor
right.
Osimhen was one, but then
Well, I did too.
but then Mo Salah was the other one.
No,
that was,
but you got the United shirt one.
yeah, that's the one, bro.
That's the one you got right.
No,
he got one right.
Because it was Sadio Mane.
I said the last 2. Anyways, go ahead for Jordan.
Right.
Let's see what we got.
Which Irish actor played the Penguin in the latest Batman?
Oh, Colin Farrell.
Boom, bang, bang, bang. Usher is performing today at the Super Bowl. Can you name the 2 teams playing?
Yeah, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers.
Come on.
go.
Nestor and Katia hosted the Black and Irish Awards last year. Who hosted the year before?
Ooh, that's a good question. Actually, wait, you can use me. I know. It was.
It's a trick question, actually.
No, it wasn't. It's not a question. It was Amanda. Amanda hosted.
Amanda Ade hosted.
Man,
Yeah.
there you
Metamorphic and sedimentary are types of what?
go. Metamorphic. It's like type of.
That's a good question. Isn't it?
Can I give a hint?
No.
It's a funny hint.
No.
It's a funny hint. Metamorphic.
You'll enjoy the hint.
Well, after the question, you can give us the hint.
Is it type of like? Nah, I'm thinking it's like a type of not
Can
like
I be
a
a phone a friend with my
No.
phone hint?
lost.
Well, what's the hint? Give him the hint.
No, we still won't count
sure.
that.
K. He's friend with Kevin Hart.
That was just stupid hint.
What are you talking about? Like a rock? That would never help. What, like a rock?
Yeah,
it's
types of rocks.
It's type of rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, man.
If given time and distance, how will you measure speed? Basic maths. Given distance, if you're given time and distance, how do you find the speed? Should have gave Bible verses, bro.
Bro, there was a Bible when I was thinking I was going to get up. Give given time and distance, how do you measure speed? Per. No, I was going to...
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm done on maths.
Do you remember
maths.
dad? Did you guys do dad silly triangle?
No.
Oh my god, you divide them. Divide.
No.
That's how you find the time.
Nah. This is peak. Ron's done. I was going to say prayer. I was like...
You got the 3 for me. 3.
Okay, so you got 4 out of 10.
You got the first 3, right? You got Colin Farrell, the Super Bowl, and then Amanda Ade.
Did you not use it?
I did use him, bro, man.
Let's go. So let's go. You're 4th.
We're out of.
Oh.
Out of 4.
By the
4 out of 4.
By the time we get to like, no, by the time we get to 5, I was like, bro, you start leaving them.
It's the prayer.
Yeah. There's only going to be 5 people max. So if you don't get whatever the
let's
first
me just do 4.
Alright, top 4.
Top 3 and the
Big 4. Big 4.
So you're on the leaderboard for now. I don't know who's on. I think Abs is on next week, so maybe
We'll see.
Leave you
We'll
up on the
see.
leaderboard.
But then because it's like 7 is the max to get a merge in it. Yeah, cool. Yeah, you go. That was hard. That was good black.
Yeah,
That was good black questions.
You want to talk about?
I want to try something to this game real quick.
Charger. Let's charge.
So obviously it's after Christmas now.
Yes, sir.
You know January takes forever.
Yes,
to
sir.
get paid. Money finally lands in your account, and you look at your account. Your account was looking light. I looked at my account. My account was looking light. I was like, from my estimations,
Who am I fighting?
I'm missing a couple of hundred here. So I was like, all right, cool. I was ready to go into work on smoke. Like, but you know what's called? You know at work, do you guys get your pay slips the day before or you get
Day
paid?
off.
A day off.
Oh, you beef with work?
Yeah. So I was like, I looked at my account in the morning, get ready for work. I'm going to the office. You'll see me.
You see me. That's crazy.
Drive to the office, start my day. But like, obviously, you know, I'll give leeway. Let me see my fucking pay slip
first
to see if I'm bad.
Yeah.
So wait until my pay slip, and I'm looking at my pay slip. At first, it was not making sense because the number that it said that they paid me before taxes looks right.
Yeah.
So where the fuck is my money? Went on revenue, looked at my tax credits, it moved. So I got emergency, my whole thing, 40% just.
That's pain. No, that's pain. That's pain.
And the thing
Start
is,
your year like that, bro.
that's
pain.
You
That's
get what I'm
long.
saying? Without
After a long payday.
That's long. That's long.
You want to fight them?
I just sat there because, like, you know, if I could blame the company, at least I have someone to send an angry email to.
Yeah,
Or be like,
you can't.
get this fucking
Yeah.
right. I need my money today. I don't get. If you have to pay, give me my money. But then I just had to sit there and just charge it.
Something similar happened to me as well. I thought it was smart because I was getting paid from my previous employer. So I still had holiday pay. I said, no, you man, pay me that holiday pay at the start of January. So you guys want, because I said, instead of paying me as a lump sum in my final paycheck in December, I said, pay me my check now. And then my holiday payment, pay it at the start of January. And at the end of January, my new employees will pay me. So the start of January comes, I get my pay slip, my holiday pay slip from the other employees. I'm like, I'm eating. I said, ha! It gets to the end of the month, they pay me. Like Deji. I'm like, okay, that's good money, but because I worked 2 weeks before Christmas and then worked the whole of January, it shouldn't be this.
Extra.
I want to take my pay slip. I'm looking at it as like, yeah, the gross makes sense, but the net doesn't make sense. I called them and said, oh yeah, you only get a certain amount of tax credit per month. So do you know, I thought it was smart telling them pay me in January at the start payment. They said, yeah, use all your tax credit already for
On
this
the first pay,
on the
yeah.
first paycheck. For this paycheck, your check for the entire paycheck at 40%.
Rough.
So I charge it.
Oh my god!
Charge it.
You know what else you got to charge? Bonuses.
Bro,
You
why
get a bonus.
do they do that?
You already know.
That one hurts me.
You get a $2,000 bonus. You leave it like €700.
Bro,
Yeah,
let me show you. Like when I was at Pfizer, yeah, they do this thing where you're allowed to put your shares, your bonus in shares. So the year I got my bonus at Pfizer was the pandemic year. So this was when their stocks was probably the highest. People that cashed out that year 8, yeah. I left like 3,500 in the shares, but this was when the shares were highest, pandemic time. Shares came back down. Look what 3,500 is at now. I should have just taken it. This was I put 3,000.
Oh, that's so peak.
3,500. I put it into shares. I was like, oh yeah, then you get it back tax free in 3 years. I'm like, come, as long as the share stays where they are, I'll get back this money back. But this was like an all-time high for Pfizer. They had the COVID vaccines, so their shares are at an all-time. Obviously, 3 years after COVID, the shares came right. I'm looking at this. I'm like, I should have just taken it
out.
In 2021. What's the point of this now?
No.
So I'm gonna charge that as well.
I'm playing a bit of a tricky game at the moment because right now, the employees don't hear this, right? They won't hear this.
No, they won't.
No, nobody listens to this pod.
It's just us.
The owners
Just those boys. This is roast.
The owners have to say that.
I always say that to
But I'm actively looking now for my next step, right? But I can't leave now. If I leave now, I miss out on that bonus that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just like
Gauge it. Yeah. I remember handing in my notice. It was 3 months period, and my 3 months was coming up the week after we get paid. I told my mom, am I still gonna get that bonus? He said, yeah, you'll still be here. I was like, all right. And that's the bonus.
That's the bonus. Oh man, that's so peak.
I should have just taken my money.
Just taking the money, bro.
That's why the job market is slow right now. Everyone's waiting that bonus. Everyone's waiting, because bonuses get end of Feb, March,
some April, start of April.
Some companies do December, but so everyone's chilling. Once they receive that, I know somebody that's waiting right now is waiting for their bonus check. As soon as there you go.
Yeah, I know it's gone.
I wonder what
you want to charge anything to the game?
that was actually thinking about because it happened to me. Literally the same thing happened to you. Happened to me. So I guess that would be the anything charge to the game. Oh, I have to charge to the game.
Okay, go on.
It's Valentine's Day, yeah.
Oh, here you go. Here you go. Yeah.
Like Christmas happens. February's the missus's birthday. Why is the whole Valentine's Day? Yeah. Why does it exist?
Bro, that's a personal problem.
That's a personal problem for me.
That's a personal problem.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess
it's not.
You like-
whoever felt that your girl
it falls a week after her birthday. That's what I'm charging it.
Yeah,
I'm not charging it to the game. Like you gotta be. Obviously, her birthday happens on the 6th.
Yeah.
A week later is Valentine's Day, so you gotta be like, you can't not do anything either. And then next month is her first Mother's Day as well.
Okay, there's more.
It's back to back for you.
It's mad for you, bro.
But yeah, you guys, you're working on yourself, so I'm not going to ask you again.
I'm working on myself too with that.
Oh, you're working on yourself. You! I knew I was going to skip you guys.
Let's go. He was always gonna skip us. Let's run it. Let's run it.
Okay, please. I need to understand.
Yeah, ask questions.
The mind frame of a hard lunch.
Well, I think. Do you know what it was? To be completely honest, it didn't feel hard for me, but it felt hard for everybody else.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
We won't talk about.
As in, a lot of close people had been with us for like a lot of period of time, and those were different moments that it was just like, it just kind of like felt normal. And then I just had a load of pictures, and I was like, these are nice, and I just popped them. And I'm not a guy who really is just very like, who would just kind of be like. I wouldn't even say secretive is the word. I know some people are private about it, but I'm more just a person that's like, yeah, I'll put that there. But I won't post a lot, but at least it's there. And then it's just like, cool.
People know now.
People know. Yeah. And it's just also one of the things, it's just an authentic thing of
Are
like,
you happy to be off the streets? Are you happy to be off the streets?
Man, it's the best thing in the world, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a lover boy at heart, so I'm loving life right now.
Okay, so let me just pause here. December 29th. At 10:16 of the night.
He has the time in there.
Dan texts me. He says, "Bro, let me hop on the pod. I want to chat about relationship."
Yeah, let's do it. I did.
Expecting man them to be obsessed over them, vice versa, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Where did that come from?
This came from because I was having a conversation, right? I was having
So
this is way. So I was having a conversation with certain people that had proper like they were wondering. They were like asking me because. We know a lot of single girls, lovely girls. We know a lot of them that are single and they're waiting for. We do though.
This conversation looks like I don't know where it's going.
It's gonna be mad. We knew. So I was chatting to a few of them and they were like, they were like, what do we do to like get a man? Like what we do? And I was kind of like, well, what is your expectation? It was like, but I want a man to like to worship the ground, like to be obsessed with me and like different things like that. And I was like, wait. I'm not obsessed with my girl. Like I'm committed to her. I love her. I care about her. But I'm not obsessed with her. I don't worship the girl.
Okay.
Where I just think there's a lot of girls that are specifically wanting a man to be like, I'm quote unquote obsessed with them and idolize and worship the ground that they walk. And I'm like, that's not healthy. Like any man that thinks like that puts a girl on a pedestal that way. It's very easy that when she's gone or if she leaves or whatever, your life's just broken, bro. And I'm just kind of like, I just wouldn't be like that.
The only pushback I'll give you is, like, you know the way that we change the meanings of words?
Yeah.
They don't mean literally obsessed.
You think? What do you mean?
You two, you used to have a network of girl mates. I don't know if you still do.
Why did you say it?
Used to.
Network.
Network is crazy.
I didn't want to say you used to have a lot of girlfriends. So I just changed the word that you're saying. We changed
Okay, what's your question?
Like, he obviously, that's his experience with his girlfriends.
Yeah.
You used to have also a lot of girlfriends. Are you experiencing the same thing?
Yeah, but like,
I want them to be obsessed with me.
When they say be obsessed with me, it's more like I want you to want to spend time with me. I want you to actually like, for lack of a better word, is like, if that's your boyfriend, like, you want your boyfriend to actually be in love with you.
Yeah, 100.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? You say 100, but there's enough men that I feel like they don't like their girlfriends.
Really? But as in like I get what you're saying, as in like there's some people that they just treat them as if like they're there and it's just like that is what it is. But I think that there is also a demographic, a small demographic of people that will expect like a man to just go completely above and beyond, and like completely above and beyond in the sense of just thinking that you need to put me as first priority in every single aspect of your life, where it's just like that's not actually really possible.
If that's supposed to be your wife.
Yeah, if that's supposed to be your
wife is different.
Wife is different, bro.
Like girls that are single trying to be girlfriends.
You're trying to be girlfriends, bro. If that's your wife, I 100 like he's locked. Like I'm very much in the same line of the day I become a husband and the day I become a dad. Those are the main priorities in my life. Like those are the main things that you have to now try and actually build towards, because you have a family now. It's your responsibility. But you're trying to court somebody, just even to just see somebody, and this person's like expecting you to be all in. But then even them, sometimes the time they're like not even really that into you as much, but they're expecting you to be pure obsessed with them. I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Right, go for it.
This is an episode of big words. Well, not big words, of interesting words. Court. I like the usage of the word court right there.
Ron is having a horrible episode today.
What's going on?
He's a focus on words. Let him land.
Jeez, man, just want to have. I don't know. But I think this the word court. Can you explain what you mean by court? Because like, I don't think court, and a lot of people understand what court means.
So like, as in when like, court is like to date somebody. But it's like to actually try to go out, try to figure out and see like, are we compatible? To even just spend time with somebody to be like, will this work? But it's like in the courting stage and when the dating stage, there are people that are like, and I've seen it happen. There's people that have like, you will literally take a girl out and the girl will literally just take a video, because it's like the starting point of what a date would be. They'll take a video of literally where they're at, the restaurant they're at, and they won't even put you in it, because obviously they're just kind of like, they don't even want to put you in it. But I think it's a weird thing, is like, for me, if I was to see something like that, I'm like, I don't even think you care if it was me. I think you just care about the experience. Yep. And I just think I've
been in that situation. Her phone died. She took my phone to log onto her Snapchat.
Okay,
what?
No, wait.
Bro, that's crazy.
No, that's a nuanced situation. Yeah. I will push back and say, because your situation was bad. Yeah. Your situation, we're not going to talk about that. That's no situation over there. But the thing is, if it's someone that snaps all the time, and she snaps everywhere she goes all the time, and when she goes to restaurants and dinners and shit like that, if that was me on the other side and I snap like that, I'm not snapping you either.
I hear that.
Because, bruv, now it's being sent to group chats, blah, blah, and I'm not talking to you tomorrow. Why am I going to snap you? Why am I going to put you out there?
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that there aren't some people that are just, they're only going on the date for the I want to be here.
For sure.
I don't actually care about you. Yeah, look, I'll give you those ones. But for the average person that snaps everything anyways, and it's kind of like, yeah, cool, I'm on a date with you. I want to snap because I'm snapping that I'm out. But, bruv, I don't want people to know that I'm out with you.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear both points, but there is certain people you never see them snap, and then they'll snap the settings and not the person.
Yes.
Like, but you never
never move.
Regularly snap. But there's some people like, I ain't seen your story in
time.
But
now you're just putting up dashboard of a Merc that you're in out of nowhere.
You guys are forgetting. You guys aren't the receiver for that message that's being sent.
No.
Someone said that to you.
Let's dissect that.
Let's dissect that.
What's there to dissect?
So, because like you're saying, you're not the receiver, so it's obviously it's
subliminal.
Yeah, subliminal.
To somebody.
Yeah.
So they're using you as bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charge it.
Look, this is the
It's
thing.
a game.
Let's not lie that sometimes you get caught in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
Man, it's
Sometimes
a horrible thing, bro.
Sometimes you get caught in the crosshairs.
It's a horrible thing. No, I'm just saying that's a horrible thing. Just don't laugh at me. So, continue.
Like, you get caught in the crosshairs.
Yeah,
and
100.
You took the shot at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So you got caught in a situation that you didn't want to be.
Got blocked.
But she's snapping. Jesus Christ, she's snapping. Like that girl that never snaps, and all of a sudden she's snapping a German. Maybe she's got somebody that I need to let you know that this isn't as comfortable as you think it is.
Mm-hmm. Charge it. It's a game. But and then which Rashi brought me to on that topic of priority. I think Tommy showed it this week, like priority and being obsessed. And I want to play this clip actually.
Run it.
Together, we've been dating for about 6 months now, and Valentine's Day is also his mom's birthday. He's told me, listen, I always spend her birthday with her, which is Valentine's Day. My dad is gone. We can spend Valentine's Day on another day. We can celebrate and whatever. And I'm just like, no, this is our first Valentine. Oh. I want to celebrate with my boyfriend, and your mom is a grown adult. She can figure it out for one birthday.
Wow. You're a grown adult too. You should be able to handle. Whoa. You should be able to understand. Like you said, my dad's no longer around. It's her birthday. I'm always there for my mom. Every year I celebrate Valentine's Day with my mom. We go out to dinner. I don't understand why you don't get this. We can go to dinner on the 13th, or we can go to dinner on the 15th, or we can go to dinner, the following weekend.
Valentine's Day is the day that all the girls get flowers. All the girls.
It's also, and I don't mean to misstep myself, it is kind of a Hallmark holiday. That's what it's turned into. And the meals, I'll tell you what, those meals on Valentine's Day are twice as much as they are on the 15th. So maybe you guys could go, save a little bit of money by not having to do it on the Valentine's Day.
But it's the principle of the thing. I feel bad for you, Ben. I feel bad your dad's passed, but eventually you're going to have to celebrate Valentine's Day with your girlfriend or even your future wife on that day. Maybe instead of...
Yeah, that's a kind of... You get the...
I was so close. So close. Yeah. My mom was the 13th.
By the time it's out, happy birthday, auntie. By the time this is out. Because that's what I wanted to bring. It's a thing of I want to be priority. And I want you to be your priority. And this is Valentine's Day. But the thing is, they've only been dating 6 months. At 6 months, I don't know if I can prioritize you over my mom who's lost her. My dad's not here. So she's going to spend that day alone. But there is also a cutoff point. Where your mom's gonna have to be your mom has to be the one that takes the 13th or the 15th.
Yes, yeah.
So, what do you guys make about that? The whole situation.
No, I agree. I think there's parents is another thing we'll get into because that's a whole nother ballgame. But it's just it is it's just that's a whole nother thing. But it's just I would agree that for that first period of time where you're very fresh in, I think if he's already made a thing to communicate to you as a person, being hey, this is the scenario that's happening. Yeah. This is what's going on. I will be with you on the 13th, but just because of the situation I'm in, I'm going to be with my mom on the 14th. Mm-hmm. He's already thinking about you. And he's already trying to prioritize being I want to spend time with you, but I also need to be able to be with my mom during this tough season. Now, this tough season, at some point, it will come, not that it will end, but it won't be as painful for her as it is. So then, through that, she'll be able to be okay, maybe the mums might start seeing somebody else. You don't know what can happen within the next year. So then if a year passes and you're okay, mom, I'm going to spend time with you now at a different point, and I actually want to just spend time with my missus now on the 14th just because she understood.
My question to you is, what if in her mind she's thinking, I actually see a future with this guy, and if I allow this now, that's as president?
I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
What you allow at the start and what will continue.
Yeah, because next year, this time your excuse is 6 months, but next year it happened last year. The year after that is I always spend my birthday.
If you accept it this year, you're always gonna have to accept it.
And I hear what you're saying about she might this and she might that, but you don't really
don't know. Yeah, you don't
make
know
decisions of potential.
Of potential,
you got to make decisions of who that person is.
What information is
you make it off a pattern, and if there's a pattern that he's it's my mum's birthday, and he's that's a special day. Then you would have to either be able to come to a compromise and be okay, well, this is something I understand. We celebrate Valentine's Day on the 15th or the 13th because this is a scenario, or you it's this isn't for me.
I can just take him out to brunch.
And then I think that's what my missus said. You could do something in the lunch with your mom and
even with your girl.
Or even if the girl is 6 months and your mom is still the more important one in your life, shower the girl with all that shit in the morning, in the afternoon, and then go meet your mom at.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be either or. Yeah, it's a whole day. Yeah, the whole day. 24 hours. Yeah. But I think the whole point was kind of the overall conversation more on priorities and when there's a shift from being I get it, your mom, the dad isn't around anymore. You're only seeing this girl, and you know, like we're men as well. Like 6 months in, you can't mind to be like, I'm not sure about you. You know? So like, I'm not sure if I should prioritize you now. And to her point, women know quicker. Women be like, oh, I see potential with this guy. This is gonna be, so I can't allow it. You could just ask like, is this gonna be the case every year? And then he has to be then at that way.
Yeah, but it's easy to say no now, and then when it runs around next year, it's like but my mom. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like. It's a sticky one at the end of the day, and I feel like it is.
But I think Valentine's is always better on the Valentine's weekend rather than the Valentine's Day.
I've heard that.
Valentine's Day could just be a Tuesday.
Yeah, but you know what it is.
Still buy her flowers and chocolate, whatever, but to actually celebrate it the weekend.
But you know, Valentine's Day is more about the aesthetic and actually being involved as opposed to the celebration. If that makes sense. Yeah. Like she wants to receive flowers because everyone else is receiving flowers. Yeah. She also doesn't want to feel left out when everybody's snapping. She's seeing flowers on everybody, and it's like, rah. Do I know deserve flowers too?
So what do you guys think of Valentine's? Is it desperate or is it understandable?
I think it's understandable.
I think it's understandable. I think there's was it not a pod that you said that there's more girls that are better than there are like actually decent men. There's more decent girls than there are decent. There's more, do you know what I mean? I was like, do you know what I mean? There's more decent women than there are decent men, and it's just that's the way it is. Based on men, yes.
I think men think it's a little pathetic or it's a bit desperate because Valentine's Day we don't really care.
No, we don't care.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like. If we don't feel, if we're lonely, if we're single on Valentine's Day, we don't feel lonely. We don't feel that. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like
girls do feel heavy. They feel heavy.
If I'm not trying to feel that and I can have a good time with my girls, why would I not do it?
Because imagine you're actually like a single girl looking for love, craving love, and this is something you actually want. You're opening your story the entire Valentine's Day. Everybody's just being shy. Like I know it's funny, but if it's something say if you're like a guy that's looking for money and you desire wealth, and then you open your story, you're just seeing whips, cars, people on holidays, Dubai. It's gonna make you feel like I'm a bit pathetic because this is something I really want, but I can't attain it. But so I do understand the things like, you know what, I do want to experience this on that day because I crave for this. But because I don't have it yet, why not have it with my girl?
I would push back in regards to, because I've seen like the pendulum go of like you can have like Valentine's kind of like things that happen, and even just like single girl groups of girls who are single, and then there's girls that will just complain the whole time, being like, why won't a guy move to me? But it's like you literally are always with your girls, like you're always just with them. Like it happens lots of times in church that we've seen of just girls that are literally in bunches, and there's like lads that just maybe even will be interested, but it's like, when do I even have the time to even communicate and even talk to you? Because you're always with
bro, them. Step your game up, bro.
No,
but it's just kind of what you were saying last week. It's like boys are saying there's no girl. But when they're sipping paint or there's gonna be bare girl to talk to, you're with the lads playing FIFA.
Yeah.
Like, so how you gonna chat to girl if they're telling you sipping paint 80% girl?
There was girl. Fam, Jesus Christ, there was girl.
My pastor always used to preach that as well. As I said, like girls will be looking for husband, but do makeup, make yourself look for that. Like do these little things, not just be. Because sometimes not everybody's confident like you. Yeah. You just see a group of girls.
You just see a group and just walk. Not everyone has that.
Everybody has that.
Step your game up, bro.
No, but bro, some men are not built like that, man.
Like, okay,
you're not built like that.
Even when you're young, you'll be like, the girls would walk in the girl group. You're like, okay, maybe one time if I see her walk alone, I'll go talk to her. Some people still have that shyness.
Bro, isn't that the whole point of wingman?
What?
You bring a wingman with you.
And if you know game,
what?
Bring a wingman.
What do you mean a wingman? Like a wingman is like, oh, would you meet me, mate? Like that type of wingman?
No. What's called? Like, first of all, would you meet my mate is crazy. Don't ever come to me and say, would you meet my mate? Are you mad? But it's when I say wingman or wingwoman, preferably, is like a lot of the time it's like to help break the ice, or if you know someone that knows that group of people, you kind of like you can go in. You start chatting or whatever, and I'll interrupt, and now I'm introduced. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm chatting to you. Now
it's a subtle way of doing it.
Like there's so many. What's that thing they love to say? So if he wanted to, he will.
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to chat to her, you would chat to her. Because at the end, and look, and the other side of it as well is that if you don't have the confidence to come chat to me, do I really want to be with you?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't think everyone is just built innately to just go up and chat to a girl. And just and just
in a group.
I think if it's a one-on-one setting, and sometimes there's just like, say if it's like someone's just there and you're just able to just Like even I think certain group space is actually really nice where it's just like say it's like a games night or something like that that's happening where everyone's doing something and you just get communicating with people. Then some people might feel like, oh, you can have conversation. But if there was just a group of girls just there and a dude just walks over and you just start chatting to them, everyone's just like, oh wow, like he's innately confident. Like no one, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's just some people have those characteristics.
Props, man. Props,
yeah,
props
100, man.
I don't think I want to talk. You guys,
no. I was trying to decipher what you said.
Yeah. It was good.
You guys are bar for bar.
Yeah,
this is a conversational podcast.
Uh-huh.
I want to talk about you guys about this statement that came out last week. They say Drake is not hip hop. He makes Target music or shopping music.
This is where he goes. You speak now.
What do you guys make of that? Because I love hating on Drake, but from an agenda perspective. I think Drake. I've said it from the beginning. He's top 2, top 3 most all time. Yeah, but what do you think of them saying like he's not hip hop as a musical conversational podcast?
He's not. No, he is hip hop.
Okay.
I like you. I like the agenda of hating on Drake. But
why do we like that though? Why do we enjoy hating on Drake? Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. It's fun.
I'm trying to be nicer with my light skinned people too. So.
But J. Cole's light skin, we love him.
But J. Cole's just J. Cole, man. We've had this. I rewatched that episode as well. It's amazing. It's amazing.
I think it's just Drake. For Drake, it's always been easier to clown on Drake
100.
from the beginning. 100. Remember, like when Drake first came out, best I ever had. Class song, but we're still hating on him. We were still making jokes on him.
Yeah,
we didn't really take him seriously until Nothing Was the Same when he started.
No, I took Drake care. Take care.
No. I mean, like as a man, as a rapper, as a boy.
Yeah. Take care was so very R&B.
Take care was a great album. I loved it still, but like that's still Drake.
It was very like that's Drake.
Drake got beard.
Yeah.
Yes, when Drake got a beard. Yeah, crazy.
Just on that, take it when Crew Love came on. Yeah, at the R&B.
Bro, the way
I heard. Crazy. I saw. I was like, wow.
On Drake, I think what happened with Drake is Drake broke the mold of what it was to be a rapper playing hip hop. So it was easy for the old heads to kind of clown it. Because you saw a light-skinned Canadian singing and rapping, and then and it becomes one of the best rappers ever. A lot of people, what they do is they have to create caveats on other people's success to feel better about their success or their lack of success. So most deaf saying that, oh, Drake is not hip hop. It's kind of him looking at Drake saying like, well, he sings, he raps, he sold out a bay, he became mainstream. That's why he has that success. So you have to create those caveats. Whereas Drake, I know, but when Drake raps, I think he can rap as well as
he can rap and he can sing.
Yeah,
and he's a very talented man.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude.
It's cool. Yeah.
I knew it was coming. I actually knew it was coming.
So like as men, and like we get defensive, like, oh, this guy's better than me, so I'm gonna break him down.
The alpha male side.
That's what it is with Drake.
That's
what that's what it is. Like, to be honest, Drake is class. He's like top 10.
But I also think it's like when they say hip hop, they're still thinking of 90s.
No, 100%.
Whereas I feel like they don't see someone like the likes of like Young Thug as hip hop.
No,
but
that's hip hop.
But that's what hip hop is now.
It's evolved.
We're talking about what hip hop is now. Drake is the pinnacle, to be
fair. Yeah.
Because like I think what he's talking about rap. He's talking about the art of an MC, being an MC, like, which is literally all about bars. That's why it's like usually on a boom bap beat, you know. So it's something that's not really commercial, something that can't really translate to the masses. Yeah. Whereas hip hop has grown to being music. It's grown to being fashion. It's grown to being just culture. The fusion of rap and sing song and R&B, all that's become hip hop now. Like hip hop right now isn't what hip hop was back in 04 and 05.
And everything just will change over time. Yeah. Anything we do.
Yeah. And as much as like you hear 2C Slider, you hear a soft Drake song on the radio, like, oh jeez, I don't want to be here, and hold on, we're going home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
But then we get like 8 AM in Charlotte, we get like,
and you can't be mad at like you want the thing you do to be the biggest thing possible, because then you can make money off it.
Yeah.
Like Drake, hip hop being not as, you don't need to be as maybe as intellectual as a Nas or Kendrick, and you can still make money off this.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like we talk about podcasts and say let's support the podcasters, because the bigger the podcast gets, even if I'm not Joe Rogan, but if it's a thing that's an industry, I can make a living from this thing. Yeah. And that's what Drake has done for a lot of. I think Glasses Malone, then they called him on Brilliance, and he said Drake is a pop artist that uses hip hop as his conduit. Like in the way it's like he's a popular art, because the word pop is actually popular artist. When we think of pop music, we think of like Britney Spears,
Taylor Swift,
Direction, Taylor Swift. Well, when Glasser said it, even though they disagree with him, I'm like, I kind of get what he's saying.
I hear.
Because he is probably the most mainstream artist of all time. But he uses.
Bro, he's culture. Drake is culture, bro.
Before this year, at least, was hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
And he's at the top of that, so he's a pop star. Like,
he's a pop star.
But I also think it's a nostalgia thing as well. Like, no matter what, you ask people what the top 5 is, they have to put. It's like you have to have Biggie and Pac.
Yeah.
But bro,
are you actually listening to Biggie?
Yeah, exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? Like how many Biggie and Pac lyrics can you actually recite?
Yeah.
But if I play 20 Drake songs now, you sing them word for word. Like it's just like it's the same way like football fans. Nobody's gonna surpass Scholes, Gerrard, all these people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Kevin De Bruyne. I look at Kevin De Bruyne something objectively. He's really
up
up there, like top 3.
No, he's top 3. He's top 3. He's top 3.
Or not I grew up on like Lampard, Gerrard. You cannot tell me anybody's better than Henry. And I'll just be stubborn about it because I grew up on. But if you look at the stats, like Mo Salah's actually doing bits. I want to accept it. People do that with Drake.
Yeah, we mask it with nostalgia.
We do it with Drake.
Even and I know it sounds blasphemous to say. Honestly, I don't think Chris Brown's as far away from Michael Jackson as people talk as he is.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me.
It's true, man. I'm telling you, it's true.
Everybody do some cool down. In terms of what?
Let's think. You know what? No. Let's talk about Chris Brown. Let's talk about Chris Brown. Let's talk about Chris Brown. I was literally chatting about this. Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
These guys are losing credibility for the music podcast.
Bro, no.
After shaking your head, you listen to this guy about music? Nah,
bro. A prodigy, bro. The boy's a prodigy.
This is the thing, right?
Have you ever heard of a song called Early 2K?
This is the thing, yeah. Nobody, you can't reach the level of fame that Michael Jackson had anymore.
No, you can't. It's not possible.
Do you get what I'm saying? We're too accessible. So, like, if Drake was in Michael Jackson's era, people would be fainting to see Drake.
Yeah.
Chris Brown in Michael Jackson's era, people would be fainting to see Chris Brown. Chris Brown had one of the worst situations, and he's still one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Like, anybody else that went through what he went through,
the talents overcame.
And the thing is, it's not like everybody's forgotten. Like, people still hate him, and he's still. If we're talking about longevity, types of music, he can rap, he can sing, he can rap to a very good level, he can sing to an amazing level, he can act, he can play basketball.
His output as well. He puts out an album. His output.
He can dance.
But that's just a function of time. Things get better.
No, okay, wait.
It's just because Chris Brown. Michael Jackson, Chris Brown. He had Michael Jackson to look at. He had Usher to look at. He had rappers. There's a blueprint for it. Obviously, he has the talent. But when there's a blueprint foundation to that, even in sports, the athletes of today are always going to be better than the athletes because you just have more to your more resources for your talent, and that's what Chris Brown has, and that helps elevate him to that level.
But you can't blame me for being born in the 90s.
I'm not blaming him for being born in the 90s, but I'm saying is it's like people will say Gary Neville is not a top 3 right back because Reece James is a better player. Obviously, he's a better player because he had more resources to work with his talent, which is what Chris Brown had. Michael Jackson, being born in the era he had, he didn't have the resources and the accessibility of the things that Chris Brown would have to reach the levels he's reached. We can't phantom it because we're watching it like you're watching Sopranos and you're saying Sopranos is not that good. I'm like, fair enough. But because now you've seen shows like Breaking Bad, you've seen all these shows, Sopranos had to exist and had to go through what they had to for you to get the shows. And that's why I cannot put Chris Brown ahead of Michael Jackson.
No one's saying he's putting him ahead of Michael Jackson.
Wait, you said
we said he's close.
I'm not putting him close to Michael Jackson.
No, really?
There's a separate, there's a gap.
Okay. Well, the question. Wait. Let me ask him.
Why is there asterisks on my legacy because I was born in the 90s?
So let me ask you this question.
I'm just saying there's no asterisk. I'm saying the reason is because he had less to work with compared to you. In my eyes, I would have him above you.
Okay. So wait. So Mozart and Beethoven are better than Michael Jackson, right?
Mozart and Beethoven.
Yeah.
No, because they're not.
No. Based on your argument.
No, fair enough. That's a good argument. But the level of fame that he attained,
they were famous.
Not like Michael.
But for that time they were.
So by your argument,
I would argue that Chris Brown is as famous as Michael Jackson, if not more.
Perfect. It probably is. That's true. Again, because of the resources and the things he has access to, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, but Michael Jackson didn't have that.
No, wait.
First
of all, it's number one. But the thing is, second of all, the thing that you're giving Chris Brown is like, oh yeah, obviously he's more famous. It's also the thing that will tear you down because when back in those days, any skeletons in your closet was hidden away.
Yeah.
So you could be more famous. You like any scandal that would come out, they would block that shit. There was no like. You didn't know. Nobody knew who Michael Jackson was.
Yeah,
like they're talking about Michael Jackson in a deep voice. Like the only times you'd see celebrities back then, that's why they achieved God status was because you either see them at a concert or you see them their music videos. You don't see them anywhere else. Whereas you can just see Chris Brown flipping randomly.
Fame changed, and because fame changed, fame made you more accessible. Though obviously you're going to be more famous. Kim Kardashian is probably one of the most famous people ever. Because of the access. Sorry, you wanted to say something.
What you're saying, I was going to then let's put it in football terms. Let's talk ball for a minute.
Yeah.
So Maradona, right?
Yes.
So by your logic, you're saying Maradona is better than Messi.
No, I'm not saying Maradona is better than Messi.
It's greater than Messi.
Maradona is greater than Messi.
No, Messi though, because if Messi's body of work, like okay, there's players like let's say Jordan Henderson, a calm crash player. Yeah, if you put Jordan Henderson back in the 80s, he's gonna look like a world class player. Because he just the way football has developed so much. If you put if you look at football footage in the 70s, how they're moving, they don't look as good as the players of today.
No, they don't.
And even if the players of today are less talented, they're going to be better because they had more resources. They had the training, they had the nutrition, they had access to the things that people like Zico of the 70s didn't. Like Mo Salah, if you put Mo Salah in the 70s, he looks like a demon.
But there's players
they won't understand what's happening.
No, but there's players that are still generational that you put them in any time, and like as in. LeBron James is the generation. You put him in any era, he's still dominant.
Perfect.
Right?
Perfect.
But I'm saying, so if you're saying, if you put Chris Brown in that era, he'd be just as big as Michael Jackson.
Give him Quincy Jones.
See, we're doing that thing they do with LeBron and Jordan. They said if LeBron lived in that era, but he didn't.
But it's still
therefore Jordan.
Why are you angry at Chris Brown?
Well, let's just put it this way. Yeah. There is nothing that Chris Brown could do that he'll put him near Michael Jackson. That's what you're saying.
No, there's nothing that Chris Brown can do that can put him near. There's because your legacy can always grow. That's like me saying that like in sports, nothing anybody can do put you better than Messi. Win 8 Ballon d'Ors, you're better than Messi. Okay, but I don't think if Chris Brown gives us off the wall, what classic album has Chris Brown given us?
Chris Brown,
and Forever.
Can we look?
Chris Brown.
What's that? What level that compared to like an off the wall?
What? Jordan.
Thriller. What album has Chris Brown at Thriller level? Thriller. Off the wall Thriller. There's no way Chris Brown has any album that iconic and that's
a different era when it comes to streaming music, though, bro.
Once again, like we're in an era where, like you said, we like
Chris Brown's not close to Michael, man.
Let me put it this way, right? Back then, people knew music inside out because that's all you could listen to. Okay. When you buy this album, you listen to this album for the next 4 months, every single day, inside out. Now, I can go on my phone and literally get any fucking song on the face of this planet right now.
In terms of impact, what album like Thriller, Off the Wall, Bad? Chris Brown has not done that, man. There's no album that has world impact like Thriller, Chris Bad, Brown. And Off the Wall.
Okay,
Chris Brown, exclusive.
Those albums, exclusive.
Genuinely.
I hear that. Exclusive, mate.
If we're talking about the music, okay, Off the Wall, Thriller,
it's a different time, though, bro.
There's only one person for the discography. Who? Kanye West.
No way.
Let me change Chris Brown. Beyonce.
Beyonce's closer to Michael than Chris Brown.
Okay, I'll hear that.
Beyonce's closer because when it comes to music and body of work.
Okay, I hear that.
If we're talking about talent,
so before that,
closer to Michael
before we get into
no, if we're talking
what
about
are we talking? What are we talking? Yeah, that's like we're talking about. There's something that's been.
I was thinking more of a talent.
Yeah,
Chris Brown has a talent.
People can play basketball. He can.
No. Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen
about greatness?
Have you no? I'm talking. Have you ever seen? Have you?
No, it doesn't.
Guys,
I remember. I was sitting with my dad, right? I was sitting with my dad. We had smart TV. We were watching something on YouTube, and he put in "She Ain't You," the music video by Chris Brown, and she said that is the best tribute he's ever seen anyone do that's closest to Michael Jackson.
Cool.
He's the closest. No one else could do that talent. No one else. No, but no one else. The talent wise, it's literally nearly identical.
It's not identical.
It's bro.
Chris Brown's a better dancer than Michael Jackson.
I've never seen Michael Jackson flip.
On beat as well.
No. That is the singular greatest musical moment of Chris Brown's life. When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. No. You know what it is? Because you didn't even need momentum.
That's my dream, bro.
Okay, but you know what? If
we're talking about the greatness and the impact of greatness, there's no way.
No, I'm not talking. No, I hear that.
That's why I didn't decide to throw Beyonce in there.
No, Beyonce's closer.
Okay, when we say closer, Taylor Swift. When we say closer,
Taylor Swift.
No.
Let's
not even do that. But, what's called? Okay, when we say closer, yeah, how close are we talking? Because is it Michael is 1 and Beyonce is 1C, or is Beyonce 1B? Because if you want to talk about impact, Beyonce's impact is I think Beyonce is the last person to have
that kind of fame. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. Do you know there's even a law?
She's literally not allowed to go out and eat.
No, that was a pitch. That was a lie.
No. As the thing is, there might not be a law written down, but she cannot.
Like I think we said in an episode with Jen, Beyonce is that one of those iconic people that they're going to talk about her, like the Beatles and Michael and everything. And we lived in an era, and I just can't be arsed to go see her. Also, like I should have gone to see Beyonce.
Yeah, I hear
I should have gone to see
Beyonce. If we're talking about legacy, Beyonce also has the Destiny's Child shit back there. No, bro. Beyonce might be right here. Beyonce might be right here.
Yeah, no, Beyonce. I'm not gonna argue. Chris Brown, the body of work in terms of album, there's no way he touches.
I hear. I'm more on talent.
You were in Kinshasa without social media. Your parents are singing Pile.
Okay.
Go away, man.
Also, the other thing that I will.
Sorry, I got passionate.
Yeah, you got.
The other thing I will say about that is because music is easier to make now.
Yeah.
Called? That's why Chris Brown will give us 40 songs, and I feel like Chris Brown
because he has better resources, better technology.
No, you're right. Yes. You're right. But I also think that's at a detriment to him.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to like in Michael's days when it was like there was so many set rules and everything, and you had to go through all the gatekeepers. You had to go through all of that.
So
you only got the 10.
Yeah, you actually have to go physically go studios.
Do you know what I'm saying?
There's
and
like
with discs, there's discs, all that kind of shit, cassettes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So like, it's harder to bring out a body of work that is that perfect now because you look at it and it's like there's one song that's on the fringe. It's kind of good enough, but it's also we could do without it. You're just gonna throw it on there, and also it's a money game. You're trying to get in as many playlists as possible. So I'm trying to throw as many songs out there. So it's like because the rules have changed. Yeah. He's following the rules, but then now that affects my greatness. But I do hear what you're saying. Yeah. Like he has nothing that's touching.
Yeah, no. Listen. Even in sports, you watch the NBA. Yeah. It's easier to score threes now. Yeah. And then they be like they hold it against players. Yeah. It is what it is. Like even in football, it's easier to score goals now because it's so systematic. Yeah. Like everybody's a robot. They give out it's all robotic. Like Ronaldinho wasn't scoring maybe the numbers of like Saka. But there's no way you can convince me that Saka's better player than Ronaldinho. It just
say what?
Like it's just a function of time.
Saka's still only 22.
Yeah, fair enough. The things that they couldn't do back then, and now like have access to these things that probably make their lives easier. Chris Brown can't have that fame that they had back then.
But the thing is, I think football is a bit weird because I feel like football is the other way around because there people are telling me that Salah's contribution to the Premier is the same as Ronaldo's, which is not close.
Because it's just you look and you merit it, but that's a function. With time, the stats got inflated. So they will look better.
Isn't Ronaldo the last player in the Prem to win the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah. In history, the thing is, the good thing about the modern day, even artists or whatever, history will look at numbers. People look at Michael Jackson at 13, Drake at 13. They won't look at the context of things. And like even with sports, that's what I say about Klopp. People remember Klopp won Prem in 10 years. They're not going to look, he got 98 points, he got 97 points. Like context will not matter in 20 years' time. They say, Drake had 13 number Ronaldo? That's all they're going to care about.
You got more stars than the Beatles.
That's all they're going to care about.
What's good? Back to Bar for Bar, Can you guys explain to me what the point of Bar for Bar is? Yes. I say what the point of Bar for Bar is because every time I've listened to musical podcasts and stuff like that, I'd go there to discover new music. I'd go there to like it's a music podcast that put me onto Anderson .Paak. It's a music podcast that put me onto a lot of music before it kind of started popping like that and all that kind of shit. And I'm not gonna sit here and slide like I listen to you guys all the time, like I listen here and there, and I understand the brackets and stuff like that. But from what I've seen and the episodes that I've seen, I haven't really seen you guys put me onto music or put me onto new things. So what is the point of the podcast?
Do you want to take it or should I take it?
Go, you take it.
Why is Becky calling me?
No.
Probably trying to call you.
Trying to call me too. Oh, he texted me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyways, so as you were saying.
Hey, Dan, you take it.
Okay. So the way the podcast originated, it was more so obviously with the studio being Vision Lab and just even the boys at the time, we still have a lot of musicians come in and we used to just have conversations about that you geek out over artists that you love. Geek out over artists that you love, you have conversations back and forth being like, hey, like what do you think about Kanye? What do you think about Kanye's discography? Do you think of like Kanye versus Pharrell, which is a conversation we're actually seen a lot very recently, which was actually another thing in itself, which is really cool. But it's just like we just used to have those conversations off. Similar to how you have conversations in sports and just about different footballers that you love, just the nostalgia of it in general. And we just kind of like came to a point of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have conversations about this, but just put them on and literally make a podcast out of it. And it was just literally true, just kind of going back, talking nostalgically about old artists that we all care about, along with now recently obviously being very aware with the scene that we're in, talking about Irish artists that are currently in the space is what they call
the script. It's now moved to the script.
It moved to the scripts now.
The script.
Ashmo called it the script, and it says it's still on paper, still being written. It's not a full scene.
So it's the script.
It's the script.
Okay. Yeah,
we're
so
desperate to give this a name.
oh my god, the script is crazy.
We can now push any narrative we want now.
Literally.
Yeah, that's mad.
But
yeah, so it was like, so we did it to have just conversations about music, and even one of the ways it kind of originated was myself and Ron were sitting at Longitude chatting with Jafaris, and we actually dissected a lot of his own projects, because at this time he was not making music at the time, and we sat and had a conversation about his own albums and his own things and where he thought he was at, and he just turned to us being like, this would actually be cool as a music conversational podcast. And so we started it, and we've done now around like 63 episodes. Some of them have been brackets, some of them have been us just sitting down having conversations about certain parts of culture when it came to like Kanye dropping or Kanye not dropping, different things when it came to obviously for all the dogs coming out and other things like that. So it wouldn't be heavy on releasing things, on trying to put people onto new artists at the time. It was more about just kind of actually being able to focus on music and music pop culture at that moment in time. So we would focus a lot on that. Now moving forward, we've now become more bar for bar media, where we're actually going into more spaces of actually doing live concert reviews, doing other things in general, of actually trying to put people onto even just more Irish artists in general also, along with different like songs of the week and different things that we'll be listening to, because we actually listen to I think everyone does, but we listen to a lot of music. I think that's one thing it's just one of those things. If you give me a choice between Netflix and Spotify, I'm choosing Spotify. That's my thing. I'd rather go. So I listen to music heavy, and I find different people, but I think it's just different. Like we're now moving forward to trying to be like, okay, how do we put more people on, and also how do we also, because we've had a lot of artists and different creatives within the script. The script is mad, but we had a lot of different people come on.
Who want to write in the stuff.
But we've had a lot of people within different, just our community come on and even just share what they're currently doing and big that up and really show some, put some light on that as well, and that's been really fun and really kind of helped us have really good conversations with where people are at currently, because there's a lot of people, man. If you look at it, we've had this conversation before compared to what the music scene in Ireland looked like 10 years ago to what it is now. It's so different, and it's so much more. There's so much more quantity of different artists in general. Like, it's so vast. Now I think we're at a level of space where we're trying to, as you can see, build up the quality that it's not just looked at as Irish music. It's just looked at as music. And it's just looked at as people who are just talented musicians who happen to be from this country. Not that it has an asterisk of its Irish scene.
It's good for Irish
you know?
people,
Yeah.
Just to pick up from there is that, so we're bar for bar. Like, it did start off as just, we're just a bunch of people who love music. What it was essentially, it was studio conversations.
Yeah, it was,
We'd be having these conversations in that studio and that studio and that studio, whatever. But then I think when it kind of, the light bulb changed a little bit when somebody started reaching out to us because they wanted to come on our podcast and talk about what they're doing, what they're releasing and stuff like that. And then we're like, we sit there and like, okay, we actually haven't heard this person's music. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of research on that. And then when we get to the place, when we get here, we start having the conversation, we're like, oh, these guys are dropping game about what's happening within the script, the industry, the people who are actually making music, who are actually doing stuff. And then what we found is that these people actually don't get the opportunity to talk about the craft itself. Like, if they do go on podcasts, they're coming on, let's say they're coming on Charger. They're going to have a bit of a conversation about what they're doing right now, what they thought about it, but they're coming on Charger to have a Charger conversation, a conversation about what's happening right now.
Yeah, we want to highlight your personality.
Yeah,
more than your music.
More than music.
Yeah. Hopefully people like you. Like, let me check out his music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then when you come on to bar for bar, we're actually going deeper
into your music.
I'll ask you, like, what do you produce on? Like, is it Logic? Is it Ableton? I'll ask you, like, where do you come with your soundscapes and where do you come with the things that you kind of choose from? Who are your influences? All these different things.
Is that not like then makes it more niche because I wouldn't understand that lingo.
Yes, and that's another thing as well. Where we realized
no idea what Ableton, soundscape is.
And partly that's also because we are artists ourselves, and even part of D12 and other things like that. We understand just because we're also in the space a lot. So that's also been another thing of we've realized that our podcast has been really popular with people who are artists themselves because they understand that lingo.
Artists,
managers, creatives,
people like who are actually
within it,
who people like we've had a music manager come in and talk about the management side of the music. There's a guy who does like the marketing of an artist, a decent, pretty good artist, and he wants to come on and give like his account on what that is. I'm like, okay, well, we'll book you in soon.
Yeah, one of your good episodes was with Chris Cabs because he wasn't going into like the specifics of like the music, how he edits, but he's telling stories about how he discovered JLOL.
Yeah,
those are stories I want to hear.
Do you know that one?
They're there.
Yeah, it's like how I discovered JLOL or how I'm booking this show, how they took the intricacies of the industry. Like he's been in it so long, he can share all these stories. And when I listened, I was like, oh, this is a really good episode because he's breaking down the fourth wall.
Yes,
like I'm not like if you guys start talking about the specifics of editing for the casual, I'm very casual, so I'll just be like. It's not for me.
That's why I'm asking. It's too niche or what?
But it's actually that part of the conversation isn't actually there as much. It's there. Yeah. We hit that, but like a lot more of it is actually the stories. Like we had like again, what it is that like let's talk about the script. The script is what it is, but the script isn't. The script I think could be bigger than what it is, or there's actually different sides. There are different scripts. There are different
pages.
There are different pages.
Yeah, different pages. Yeah,
there are different pages.
You're not happy with his name. You're not happy with his name.
There are different pages in the script, right? Some of us are on one script and are on one page, and the others on a different page, right?
Yakko was onto something. Maybe he was onto something when he said it.
But like when it comes to music and specifically, there's more than just black hip hop artists, black R&B singers. There's actually white hip hop artists, white R&B singers, or mix and whatever. So, unfortunately, sometimes people that are tuning into the script are only tuning into one page of the script, whereas there are other pages, and we're covering a whole bunch of different pages of that script.
I'm tired of script talk.
Yeah, script talk's crazy.
That kind of explains what the podcast is about. Yeah,
but so like. Not unfortunately, sometimes like people that look like us and yourself, we're more inclined to look for what's this Afrobeat artist, what's this rapper artist that looks black, but we don't know about this guy here, a Courtesy, an Ahmed with Love who also is black but has a different demographic of artists. He's actually making moves. Yeah, have you ever heard of Ahmed with Love?
No.
This dude just like last year did like for his headline, he did like a wrestling show. He booked out the Complex.
I saw
the Complex. FA was
Kaki Kid played it.
I saw that.
But you see, a certain page wouldn't be tuned. Would be a certain.
So we only see what we see.
Yes.
We only see what's in front of us. But you guys maybe have tapped into a side that we don't necessarily see.
Exactly.
And because it's just that side, it might not entice me to see it because I'm like, I don't really see this person, so I don't want to listen to them talk for an hour. Which is what's his name, Snowy from the Santanas, when I was dropping him home, he says, he said to me, he's like, for him now, he just doesn't tap into a lot of people unless he like maybe gets to know them or if he likes their personality, because it is a personality era. Sometimes people focus your personality, then they check your content. It's like JLOL. I didn't really listen to. I didn't check for him. I had a conversation with him. I was like, yo, this brother's cold, and let me go listen to actually what he does. Yeah. So sometimes, like especially with artists, I'm like, I might see some white guy on your pod. I'm like, I don't know what this guy does. I'll check the following. I'm be like, okay, maybe it's not for me, and I won't check. But then I'll see Chris Cabs and say, oh yeah, I've heard of this guy from churches 15 years.
Bo's been around
because I've known him for so long. Let me see what he has to say.
But then that flips over to like
the other side. They feel the same way.
They feel the same way, and then so like it is what it is, and we're also aware of it. We know that like our journey, our mountain to climb is different than your mountain to climb. Like sometimes like, I wish more black people saw our stuff. You know, but then a lot of white people are seeing our stuff, and that's cool too. But then again, it is what it is, and then sometimes people will see, some people won't see, and it's again.
Why did you guys go bi-weekly now?
Bi-weekly, we went bi-weekly because we all do a lot of stuff, right? So bar for bar, we're a 5-man team. Yeah, we're now a 5-man team.
Now a 5-man team.
5-man team. Like Dan himself, Dan makes music. Dan does youth work. Dan
does a lot of things.
He's delving into acting and writing. I myself like I have a whole bunch of stuff that I do. Same with mixing artists. Mike is in college, and and then we've got a new kid on, Timmy, who's going to be helping us with production. Who's going to be helping us with like new types of content that we want to make.
Ew, Timmy.
Yeah, I know. Yo, Timmy's exclusively only for.
If you're tuning in,
Listen.
Go back to your page.
Go back to your page. Yo, nah, you don't, Timmy. They don't. Do you know what was so funny is because I remember I think it was the start of another episode and you boys were like, I think you just said out and I was like, hey, yo, if anyone's here in media in college, like someone just come help out. And I was like, yeah, because for real, those are people you aim at now. Like you want to aim at the young people who are like, one, they have energy, two, they want to be a part of something,
and it's something that they're
passionate about. Like Timmy was doing YouTube for time, and we linked at a show that one of our boys was doing, and we were just kind of got a conversation. I just showed him like Culture Shop and all the other things, and he was like, yeah, bro, okay, let's come in. And then now he came in, and he's just gonna help us with other things. But it's finding those people, because at the point you guys have been doing even 100 episodes, you want to be at a space now where like how beautiful it would be that things are being set up. You come in, you just pod, and then it's like you now are like you have a team. You're like, okay, how can we take this to the next step? Not that you just eat, but that we all eat, and that we all build things together. So
if you got friends,
so think about it. If someone's here every week to help us set up, eventually me and Deji look at that like, yo, this guy's one like. We're not just gonna want to elevate. If whatever we get, then if someone is here every week, we won't look at him like, no, that's a part of our team. He has to profit from this as well. He has to get something that's just not experience. That's how people start get exploited because you get good experience, you get good. Eventually, it's like it might be a cheeky. You know what? Here's petrol money, or here's
something to be able to
begin with, just to build up that, and then eventually like, all right, okay.
And just to get back to your question, why we moved to bi-weekly, because all of us have our own lives, our own passions, our own like
creative endeavors.
It's just like, and we also have 9 to 5s. You get me? Some of us are in college as well,
and some of us are in relationships, so that's another aspect of it.
So it all like and then so we came together, brought it to the boys like, well, what if we moved to two episodes a month? And also because this is something new for us as well, we just literally just delve into it, and we're going to see also how if we can push an episode over 2 weeks, how would that go? Because we're also saying that like, bro, as we all saying, there's better content out there. There's better podcasts out there. Like even myself, I'm one who likes podcasts, but I don't even get to all the podcasts. So I'm just trying to see, okay, let's try to move a bit smarter, see if this works for these next 3 to 6 months. Because there's so much content. Like sometimes you're not even going to see a bar for bar content. You're not going to see a charge. You're not going to see a where's your head at, if I speak, whatever, because there's just so much out there. So right now we want to try to work smarter, be more intentional with what we put out there, and see how that goes.
And also just to even try other ideas, because we've even seen like our following has grown even partly by just doing other parts of media. Because before we were just bar for bar conversational podcast, and then we all had a group conversation being like, actually we have such a superpower in that we have literally the power of using music. And music is literally something you can go and ask somebody in the street and they'll have an opinion about. You can go into a concert and see a gig and it's there. You can have a conversation about it in a podcast. So there's so many different medias of content you can create from it. So we were like, okay, then what if we focus on doing the pod like twice a week, doing twice a month, and then we have someone to go into like a gig that's on like a fortune gig or something that's on currently in the scene, and doing like a blog about that, or even just doing literally a video kind of interview about that, and that's still going out on our page, that's still going out, and then that still puts eyes on us, so we're still relevant, but it's not just fully going out on that. We rely on the pod, and the pod is our only piece of content.
Dej and I have, like, that's why we're looking for a production and someone to help us edit, because we understand the podcast isn't enough. Like objectively, who really wants to listen? Like the common folk, why do they care to listen to me and Deji talk about for an hour and a half every week?
Because we're the best.
Yeah. Like no, and it's like hard to talk, but if you give them a reason to with those content, if you give, like, we know we're cold at podding and we know that, but we just have to get people here, and that's how do we, like they're just saying is what he's saying is true. We are the best, but we have to convince the common folk we are the best. Yeah. So like, how do we do that? It's like, okay, what type of content we want to do? Maybe do this, maybe do that. Again, takes time. Yeah, we all have 9 to 5s.
You got to figure out how to do it to the best of your ability with what you have.
Yeah, and Dej can do it to a level, but not to the level that maybe we might need it to. Yeah. It has to be like crisp and time. Like people, sometimes you be scrolling. If something doesn't catch your eye straight away, you scroll past it. Yeah. But if it's like something that you might watch it for a sec. So same thing.
It's just one of those things where like, as you know, everyone says, "Oh, time is the biggest investment," and blah blah blah. Like at the end of the day, investing an hour and a half, 2 hours every week to listen to somebody, like it's a lot. And like essentially the clips are the free trial, and it's like if your free trial is shit and you're not really offering too much in your free trial, why am I going to invest an hour? If I can barely stomach how this looks or sounds or whatever for a minute.
Well,
why would I do that for an hour? Do you get what I'm saying?
You're right.
Especially with something like sound as well. And then like in this era as well, like you were saying, there's so much content out there that we're not just only competing with bar for bar or if I speak or whatever, we're also competing with 3 shots.
Anything that's
anything
that's
music. Club Shay Shay is doing too much.
Bro. Calm down.
Shits and giggles, bro.
Like what's called we're competing with everything. So it's like now more than ever you have to be in a level like even like watching the rappers and the musicians do it to a level where it's not that's good for Irish music or that was called bro, that Blockbuster video is up there with any video. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like now that's the level we have to get into and content as well. Like you can't just be that was cool. Like it just falls to the wayside at this point.
Deji and I have proven we can pod. Like 2 hours in, we've proven we podcast of the year 2023. We've proven we can pod, but now we've proven no, it's true. We've got to prove that we can be as good with content. And my reference point is always shits and gigs. Like their podcast was going on, and we didn't listen until the clips were so crisp and so funny and so engaging, and then they got you in the door. That's kind of what I always reference. I was like, like it doesn't matter how well we can pod because we know we can do that. But we're competing with Netflix. We're competing with Spotify. We're competing with Joe Budden's podcast.
Like Baddies UK.
Baddies
you have a limited amount of time to listen to the podcast, so we have to give a reason to listen to us, and that's on us. That's what we're saying.
Beckley wants me to call him on the pod, and I don't know why.
Ring him.
I'll ring him. But yeah, like
Beckley, please don't say wild shit.
I hope he's not trying to
Beckley.
He's gonna say some super shit. I can almost feel it. But yeah, this has been what's cool recently. People, we're winning 2-1. People have been saying that we should have longer episodes.
Longer episodes?
Yeah, I heard it twice.
Wait, hold on. Yo, you're live on pod though. Don't say anything crazy.
I'm not saying anything, Jerry. Where you watching this Niger match?
Where am I watching it?
Yeah.
Jordan's house.
There's no going on. There's no event going on.
It's popping at Heritage apparently.
Huh?
It's popping at Heritage.
Bunch of uncles.
Is this wait. Is this why you told me to pick up on the pod?
Yeah. I want to talk about how Congo didn't make it.
Didn't make it. It didn't make it.
What'd you say?
I don't know one Ivory Coast nigga.
I don't. Yeah, I told him I don't.
I'm on the side of the agenda. If I knew a bunch of Ivorian, my agenda begins with Ivorians.
Ivory Coast in Dublin, like. It doesn't make no sense.
Bro, I don't know. Anyways, wrap up.
Anyway, cool. Enjoy.
All right, peace. Yeah, what's called Nigeria? We're winning. That
was winning. We are winning
it. Nigeria, we're winning it. It's written in the stars. Like it's ours. Like
we'll see you next week. I'll be here.
What were you talking before that? You were saying something else.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you guys come remember we've had this conversation with you guys about making the podcast maybe 45 minutes to an hour because people don't listen to maybe 2 hours. Like twice in the last week, I've heard people say our podcasts are too short that we should make it longer. But I think like an hour and a half.
We average an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But like, okay, podcasts generally range between an hour and a half to 2 hours,
which is fair. Yeah, but like going on for 2-3 hours, I'm like,
that's mad.
If I like a podcast, I do want more.
Yeah,
you know, like I do want to. I'm enjoying my time here. I might like. Yeah, I think it should be fine. We're just like, again, we're in Ireland. This is something new for Ireland right now for podcasting. So like, I think people are starting to understand like what is actually a podcast.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Look, and when basic business, supply and demand, we're going to leave you wanting more. So that's the end of this episode.
Well, no, thank you guys for pulling up that. I know this has been a long time coming.
Yeah,
and you've been an amazing guest. You did share the quiz though, so
yeah. This is we're running back.
And Ron, you're here all the time.
Big Four, you're in the Big Four.
Big Four, bro.
If you're still here, February the 15th, pub quiz. You can buy tickets from Out of Office. Your boys hosting as usual.
Come on,
and let's continue to say as usual.
The money nice, yeah.
Amen.
The money nice.
Look, we thank God. We thank God. All I know is. You ain't taking 4% out of that.
Anyways, if you made it to the end of the pod and you didn't like anything we said today, well, you can
charge it.
Thank you for listening. tune into Bar for Bar.
Yes, sir. Mr. Conversation, Barbie. Do your thing. Big problem.
Cut the pod, brother. I say charge it.
Charge it. Bless.